Candy around here. It's Myers, so we're going to have to send it back to him. Myers, take over, buddy.
All right, thank you, Michael. And William Byron has a good run. So I noticed that top 5 fastest in practice. So it's Reddick and Hamlin on the front row. Kyle Larson, hoping this is the day they get back track against a victory lane. And Ryan Blaney, hoping the 12 pit crew will help them out and correct their issues. 400 miles, 400 agendas, and a story to tell every lap to the finish.
Please drive or able, remove your hats. And veterans, render a hand salute as the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of AdventHealth, South Overland Park, Dallas Perky Pile.
Please join me for prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the power and speed we are about to witness today. We ask for your divine protection over every driver, crew member, and official on the track. Surround them with your safety and give them precision in every turn. Lord, bless this gathering, grant a fair race, and bring everyone home safely at the end of the day. In Jesus' holy name, amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America, Technical Sergeant Ray Ruffin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
5-star restaurants count on Zeb to degrease their kitchens night after night. So your messy microwave? No problem. Spaghetti's back on the menu. Zeb's messes have zero chance. The world's biggest sporting event is the floor. World Cup. Brazil, global capacity. Oh boy. Wednesday on Fox.
All right, we're good.
However, our third quarter earnings.
All right. I think we're all set. All right, everybody, what is going on? This is Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to another live stream. I know it's been several weeks, but I'm back to doing a Cup Series live stream today. For today's race, the NASCAR Cup Series will be racing in Kansas at Kansas Speedway for the AdventHealth 400. 267 laps, 400 miles. Stage 1 is the 80 laps, stage 2 85, and the final stage is 102 laps. Should be a good race. Kansas, the last few years, has put on some really solid races. We've had a photo finish. We had some battles for the win, especially in the latter part of the race. And also the last 4 Kansas races, I believe, were all won by Chevrolet drivers. Twice from Kyle Larson, once from Ross Chastain, and then last fall, Chase Elliott won. So we'll see what's in store for the Chevys today, because they're starting to pick up the pace. I mean, they're starting to well, they're the Chevys are finding speed. Have been finding speed as of late, and I hope it could transition into today's race. I hope. Um, Look out for 2311 racing today because both Reddick and Bubba Wallace, who are former winners here, they have speed. I mean, look at Reddick; he's on pole again. So who knows? He might win another one today. They have Denny Hamlin and then Ty Gibbs. He's got momentum going into today, especially after his first win last week at Bristol. Kyle Larson, it's been nearly a year since he last won, and it came in this race, as a matter of fact. So, can he do it today? Who knows? And look at that. Hocevar and Dan Swords, man, Spire Motorsports. When it comes to qualifying, man, they know how to get it done. Because look at that. 2 of their 3 cars are in the top 10. And my boy's starting 13th. Not bad starting spot. SVG starts 17th. Malcolm's out 18th. Eric Jones has been good at this track in recent time. I think he got like a top 10 or top 5 recently. So let's see if he'll have speed today. I think one time he almost won a few years ago. It was like in 2023, I think. So yeah, we got Corey Hyman, the 67 car today. And yeah, here's the rest of the field. Ty Dillon starting in last play.
Just west of Kansas City. Welcome to the AdventHealth 400 on Fox, presented by Toyota. 25 years ago on farmland, they built this racetrack. And growing up all around it has been a huge area of shopping, entertainment, and sporting facilities, anchored by this Kansas Speedway. It's always been a great place to race and one of our favorites because it's home to Clint Boyer, and no one in history has led as many laps here as Kevin Harvick. But the real key to Kansas has been this 7th generation race car. It's right at home on these mile and a halves, and especially this one.
Well, it has put on great shows on this.
And of course, as always, I got the voting poll up. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, a 2311 driver, Reddick or Bubba, or Ty Gibbs. I wish they could add I wish there could be more options. I want them to at the very least have 2 extra options to make it 6.
Can anybody beat them but themselves?
Well, let me see if I can find one, Kevin. And I think, folks, if it's somebody, it's going to be Kyle Larson. Got close last week. This race last year was his last win. We need a win with his 5 car. Kyle Larson can get that job done. Having been mentioned before, it's Chris Buescher is the fastest of those. Ryan Blaney has been the fastest on track, but has been let down by his pit crew. They've made a change at the Jackman position beginning this week.
Oh yeah, Ryan Blaney's team made a crew swap. I think they switched up their Jackman for a different one because of the pit issues they've been having.
It's a work in progress. There are a lot of them throughout the field that will detail throughout these 400 miles. 25 years of racing in Kansas. Let's get started. Kansas Speedway, here to give the command of fire engines. Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of AdventHealth Ottawa, Brendan Johnson, joined by his family.
And there we go. Todd Gilliland's got a onboard camera.
A substantial crowd here in Kansas.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royale Highness."
Arby's, we have the meats.
What causes a Crohn's disease or someone you want to talk to?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for Crohn's disease. The neurology specialist who treats people at GoGetSomebody.com. Runners will do anything to cut through the wind. Why? When you can go fast the easy way. Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aerobursts. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you say, hello, your Royale Highness.
Arby's, we have the meats.
We've got a new intern.
Let's make history, team. Talladega. Every tailgate gets an idea. Idea 2, every first timer can get a Talladega roll. And idea 3, use the spotters for the fans. Lock in here, buddy. Yeah, copy that.
No, Talladega is already the biggest party in NASCAR. You don't change it. You embrace it.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You haven't said that once.
It was implied.
Look at Houston, and all the stuff left in the area.
No one fucking cares.
Welcome back to the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas Speedway. 30-year-old Tyler Reddick starts from the pole. 3 of his 4 wins this year have come from starting first. Let's dial him up. Let's dial up old Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's work is up the front. You got us. Well, buddy, sitting on the pole, that's a good thing. The predicament is your boss man is on your outside. How you going to be you got to turn 1?
I think just a good clean restart. Obviously, Jimmy is really well here. So, yeah, I'm probably going to sit all day, so we'll get really early.
When you into something with his butt chewing.
Tyler, we see one more weather today. We obviously know that this racetrack is tough on the tires. Pace is a little bit different today. What do you anticipate different today than what you guys practiced in?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it laid some good rubber down. The pictures I rubber down in practice, so I don't know. I would think it's going to be more of the same. Seems like, those guys definitely play rubber, so rubber will go down, and the driver's looking pretty sure.
All right, man. Have fun out there. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at the AdventHealth starting grid. On the front row, Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin, his car owner, who has 4 wins at Kansas. All Toyota front row.
Row 2, we've got last week's winner, Ty Gibbs, and winner here before, Kyle Larson. Jamie?
Kevin, it's been well documented how long it has been since defending series champion Kyle Larson. I almost forgot what Kyle was talking about, how long it's been since he's been back to victory lane. And it was right here last year. Well, I talked to this team. They are certainly not giving up. I talked to his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, and he said, we're right in the ballpark. Yesterday, we didn't have the best practice session, but he said after some fine-tuning, he really thinks that if they can hit all their marks right here on pit road, and his driver do his job, that they can certainly pick up their 4th win here at Kansas.
Row number 3, I give you Chase Briscoe on his outside. Carson Roosevelt.
Row 4, Chris Busher. 24, Daniel Suarez was the fastest Chevy in practice. Here's Regan Smith.
I guess you just referenced you can't come to Kansas Speedway without thinking about Chris Busher and that finish in 2024, of course, the closest in NASCAR history, where he came up just short of getting that first Kansas win. Since then, though, the 17 team has been very strong here at Kansas, including the top 10 in this race last spring. When I talked to
quite frankly, Shahir, Ty Gibbs deserved that win more than Larson did. Now I think about it.
fastest Ford on track pretty much every week this year, Ryan Blaney, and 2022 winner, Bubba Wallace.
Row number 6, it gave me Christian Rappel and Ryan Priest.
Row 7, a couple of Hendrick Chevys, Chase Elliott, a two-time Kansas winner, and William Byron rebounding from a row.
I already watched the race recap of last week, so
Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Row number 9, Shane Van Gisbergen and Michael McDowell. And in the 10th row, Eric Jones.
oh yeah, SVG got his first oval top 10 last fall at this track.
Tire pressures with crew chief Larry Reynolds.
Yeah, Mike, I think it's safe to say we take for granted just how important those 4 race cars are. They're truly the only thing that connects that 3,400-pound race car to the actual racetrack. Here in Kansas, so much can be done with tire pressure to help the performance of the race car, especially in the left rear. Let's take a look at yesterday's practice and see exactly how below the left rears were. Look how wrinkled the sidewalls were there. And remember, they were out there running over 180 miles per hour in practice yesterday. Now let's go to our Toyota Camry Cutaway car and look at the risk versus reward with left rear air pressure. Now, Goodyear tells these teams do not go below 22 psi with the left rear, but they know that's a conservative number. They're going to go much lower, maybe down to 14 psi. Why? To increase tire grip, to get the back of the car down and help the aerodynamics. But look how wrinkled the sidewall is. That's only 3 3/4 inches wide. Now, over the course of the run, he's going to build the air pressure up about 8 to 10 pounds, up to 22, 23 psi. But the damage to that sidewall was done when you were down at 14 psi. You're going to see it right here. It just completely separates from the tread of the tire, and this will not happen to well into a run. We've also seen issues here with the right rear tire. And guys, as the race gets later, that's when teams will start getting more aggressive and possibly step across the line with durability.
Well, you're not going to win this race by not being aggressive with the air pressure, because the guy that can run the lowest is going to make the most grip, and being limited on the back with the travel, that air pressure is all you have left to get that diffuser lower to the ground.
What a perfect day for racing. Temperature's going to be in the low 70s. It's sunny. Yes, it's Chamber of Commerce, Kansas weather, but that's God's country. Is what you're trying to say, baby.
I can see the other side of the state from the booth, so it's pretty flat.
80 laps on stage 1, 85 for lap 2, and the final stage 102 laps. 45 miles an hour down Fifth Road, you'll need fuel every 65 miles or so. And Busch Light is giving you the chance to take home $1,000. All that Busch beer on social, and they're using
You want this other one?
No thanks, I'm good.
During every lap that ends in
I didn't put any cream. You want the whipped cream?
No, this is fun.
Meron na factor, ha?
Radio from Chase Elliott's team.
That's exactly what they do the best. They wear them down. They're very good at putting themselves to be in a good position at the end of these races. And we've seen it year after year, week after week this season. You can't beat yourself.
Kevin, Mike told us how many laps he led at this racetrack.
Yeah, I think Joey Logano and another driver dropped to the rear. He was 38, I think. I don't know.
I could be good on one side or the other, but it's hard to be good all the way through the run.
Well, and especially with this Gen 7 car, you have to be able to get yourself in a position where you don't lose a bunch of spots. And you want to be able to make that car turn and not be too loose so that you can hold the throttle down and protect yourself from a track position standpoint.
Our two drivers at the sacrifice qualifying positions and go to the rear. Noah Gregson's team changed the steering column after qualifying.
It's Gregson Logano, okay.
So they'll be starting the Toyota Camry access leaves the field.
All right, pace cars to pit road. Tyler Reddick on pole, Hamlin second, green flag. Here we go. The cup race at Kansas is green. Yeah, 4 wide for third already.
Chase Briscoe able to get underneath last week's winner, Ty Gibbs. Still 4 wide back there.
That's what makes this track so fun. Progressive banking these restarts. It's immediate. Speaking of immediate, look at the drag race here for the front row.
Drag race to the start finish line. Hamlin will lead lap 1. Oh, contact. Briscoe gets third as Larson slides up a bit. Yes. Yes. Yeah, especially when they're drag racing to the line close, very close to each other. Of course, they're gonna do that. It's weird seeing a yellow and blue 54 car. Those Hocevar to fourth. Slide job.
And that was a perfect snapshot of what that is. Run the bottom and show Ty Gibbs down right there. Huge, massive run on the outside of Hocevar.
Well, that's something we've seen since his Truck Series days. So.
See Ryan Freeze pull up right on the back bumper of the 54 and the 12. So
lead change Hamlin goes to the inside. They're back up top to cover and drops back down in turn number 3. Let's go back and look at the contact earlier as they battle for the lead side by side.
Oh yeah.
Still hanging up the racetrack, and Diego was ready to turn down into the corner and just made a little bit of contact.
It's gonna put a gap on 45.
That's a negative pressure that the air around these cars at 200 miles an hour. As soon as they got close to one another, pull the air right off the front of 45. That was cool.
On the bottom, that's Ryan Freeze steaming around the outside, picking up the spot for that also moves to 5th.
Yeah, Mark, this story is really going to start to tell itself because once we get 10, 15 laps into this race to see whose car is handling well. We saw it yesterday. They created this weird little line off the turn 2 right there. They kind of go up to the wall and straighten the corner out on the exit. So we see a lot of guys doing that again today. But I believe that's hard on those right rear tires, which you want to take care of to make sure you can make it 40 laps or so.
Dominated practice. They had the 5 fastest cars in practice. And here are the top performers as they run first, second, third, 6th, and 9th. Looking back from the Toyota cam AdventHealth cam on the turns. And looking ahead from Ty Gibbs, Monster Educated. The name of the game is grit, and nobody's doing it better than the Toyota. That's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Jamie?
Jimmy Garrett qualified second, right away up the line with this team doing they wanted to beat Tyler Reddick and everyone else in the hunt. They were going to have to make a change. Chris Gale's crew chief talked to him this morning. He said he lost sleep last night, literally trying to figure out how little of a change they're going to need to make the difference. Denny Hamlin himself came in first thing this morning. They were just in the late showing up this year. They were small tweak on it, and right now it's all clean. They made the right choice.
A lot of people sleep on the fact that Denny Hamlin he's a hard worker and he's very detail oriented, and the conversations and the things that he can talk about with his teams that are at another level than most of the guys, and that's what it takes to keep your car up in the front of the pack. But they've made some good choices so far, but this racetrack is going to change a lot as we go forward.
Down to 35th.
This is the 7th straight race at Kansas that Denny Hamlin has led.
Yeah, Mike, I've been looking at Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick. Things they're doing with braking throttle. Reddick drives the car deeper in the corner than Denny, but he has to use a lot more braking than Denny. Denny's able to hit the throttle earlier. He still has to brake a little bit. He's hitting the throttle earlier. Reddick deeper in the corner. Hamlin's picking up a little earlier on the exit.
And you get left a lot of different different styles here. As the pace changes, you'll see some guys really start to dump out of the throttle really quickly. Denny Hamlin, always notorious for being.
Yeah, Elliott's only gained one spot. There isn't much, but
From a driver's standpoint, you have so many options to be able to use those different styles or run on the racetrack.
I think probably.
Reddick has the extended fastest lap of the race. Came on lap 2. Reddick has led 4 racers this year.
like Reddick clocked in the fastest lap.
As we start this race, and as the race keeps going through the day and the line starts to move around, and it's not so straightforward on exactly what everybody's doing, and you start to struggle to keep harmony in these runs. That's where I really want to see what that 45 car has compared to this lineup.
Well, as soon as it gets up front with Denny Hamlin ready, look at the what's nuts back here.
Centric of 10 spots. Race.
Very right here by all
Bowman.
swapping positions back and forth, trying to run the top, trying to run the bottom. There's a battle back there, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, they're running 29 to 30th, and I think that when you talk about that, Joe Logano had to start last. Bowman qualified back there, and they're not making a lot of ground. I think as you look at +8 there for Logano from last, still going to be a long day. And if these guys go through this green flag cycle and have to make green flag pit stops, they're going to be in trouble before they know it.
Donald and his teammate Austin Cindric are the big gainers in these first 14 laps. Christopher Bell fell back 6 spots at the start of the race. Now he moves in 14th after starting on numbers.
Yeah, we saw him. He's got a bunch of trash on the front of that grill. Right at the bottom of the splitter. That debris on the bottom of that.
Christopher Bell's got debris on his grill. It's like a green trash, green plastic bag.
Chase Hamlin actually had that happen to him when he was leading the race. He got a tear on the splitter. I couldn't even drive the car.
Stenhouse fell.
More contact right there, right?
Same situation with Hamlin and Reddick. They're trying to arc it, get into the corner. The car on their outside down in the door. 15 laps complete. Denny Hamlin's got the second here last ball at 159 laps, won both stages, and finished second. He's leading right now.
You know it. Yeah, my new rap 4. Do you think RAV stands for Rugged Adventure?
Larson and Hocevar are still battling for fourth.
I feel like it's a celebration here.
No. Yeah, right, guys. What is going on?
I guess it could mean anything you want.
Another right here on the channel today.
Push guy, holding smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, take note of recognizable landmarks.
No.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Pretty damn good.
And for the numbers.
Now,
When he's been back to the
me
kitchen,
personally, I would like to see more power. You know, not have packages. I think the race would be so much better.
it's like it is to me.
It's not the case. But today, yes, your races in Kansas. Once again, Toyota is on the garage. They swept how spots qualified. Back America's practice, celebrating circle all of the I give him good first last week. Kyle Larson trying to prevent from going over the season without winning a race. Last win, Kyle Larson's last win, that was very tragic.
saying I hate this game, but
Today,
it's true. You can see
we're
this
going
one
to find out. Chase Briscoe, fifth. Arsenal scored sixth. Great goal by him. 17. Chris Busher, also a very sneaky good race for the year. 7. Daniel Suarez, great goal by him. 8. Ryan Blaney, 9.
Oh, Chase Elliott going for 11th on William Byron.
Yeah, lots to be excited about. With this race today, best part, the race is on the box, so the race
Presented by Toyota.
there's 30. There's a lot of rain that'll be happening.
Yeah, they're swapping spots because I know some of our real modified Kyle Larson, and now it's switched.
Windy day here in Kansas. Wind, isn't it? Winds from kind of different directions depending on where you are. Here's the 19's radio.
Yeah, I'm excited over here. Yeah, it has been quite the past 48 hours here.
Yeah, if you look across the interstate, Kevin, that flag going in different directions.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that yesterday in practice. One of the most sensitive racetracks that we go to from a wind standpoint. You know, the drivers want to know exactly what direction that is blowing because when it's
happening right now,
inside the car, it actually helps the car handle. But when it gets a tailwind down the back straight, it'll make it loose, get in the corner, and have the opposite effect.
A full cart that's lighter on your wallet. That's a breath of fresh air. Download the Upside app and get a $10 bonus on your first purchase.
Harder to pass.
Yeah, but yesterday in practice when we were watching, it was about lap 28 to 30 where things started to pull the switch with the race started to approach that here 25 laps in.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's when one of those tires start to get down close to the corners. Sounded like a downshift right there.
Definitely. Keselowski carrying the True onboard cam. If you're not familiar with True, they supply engineering data to aerospace, transportation, and building contractors. For example, we have to build this bridge. How much concrete do we need? They know.
Mike's always pulling something out of his pocket like that.
Well, that time he literally pulled it back with the pocket. What's he doing? And to know, well, Mike Bouchard called this morning. He works for Red. He says, hey, you're going to need a little info. Well, help me out. Here you go.
Yeah, you see Ricky Stenhouse right behind him right there. Running 18, so not a bad start to the race for those guys. Actually qualified pretty well and were able to kind of hold that running position to start with. But Brad went by on his way to the front. Jamie. That's exactly what we were talking about. Either the right front goes or the right rear goes. I'd rather have the right front go first when that tire finally shuts off, and you just have to slow down to go to whatever the maximum speed is the car is, and just try to make that thing survive until you can get to pit road.
Well, that's 4 of the top 5. At the same England with him. This is NASCAR's teammate Suarez leading one back from Red. Keselowski, Suarez, and Bouchard both started in the top 10. Suarez was the fastest of all the Chevys in practice. Told me this morning how happy he is with his new team, his new position, and the opportunity to well, it's I was worried about it. We lost his ride last year, right? And when that happens, a lot of times it doesn't go well. And
direction for Daniel and his performance. So you just never know how the driver crew chief team pairings will work. And you see what works out like it did for Daniel Suarez and Ryan Preece and some of the other changes that we've seen over the last couple of years. Some of those work and some of them don't.
There is a weak link, though, and it's during the race. We have the speed for the race cars. We know the truck qualified well each and every week. With him and Rosenthal, we need to see if there's anything to really get
3 laps in. The driver's talking about tires, Larry. Yeah, Michael, remember my Toyota keys to the race? I talked about splitting the 2 stages in half. The stages.
Damn, what are you going to lock down? Let me check shit.
Probably about 45 laps from now, but I'll say this. Denny Hamlin is special. Chris Allen's crew team, they're notorious for splitting it right down the middle, 40 laps, and with the lead they've got, especially over third, I think they've got a little cushion in maybe things. We're starting to get into a lot of traffic here, Kevin. That's when the opportunities start to knock in.
Yeah, and that's when you find out whose cars are actually handling good up front. When these leaders start to get into lap traffic, you got to have a versatile race car here. You got to be able to run the middle of the racetrack to do those slide jobs, run the top, run the bottom. And a lot of times, if your car is just a little bit too tight or a little bit too loose, traffic can really emphasize those characteristics on as you get towards the back of the field.
James Smith just rolled out. Now he started 24th today. Lester started 27th. Ty Dillon now the last car in the pit lap. In 42nd, he started 35th. And I believe that's Ryan Preece, the first car out on pit road. He was in the top 10.
So Ryan Preece is pitting early. No, looks like more car drivers trying to pit. 43, 60.
32 right here over 80. That's going to put you in position to go a long way. So they don't want to
More
get
car
lost.
drivers. 42's in.
If they can, in case this thing runs green all the way.
2 to 8.
Yeah, once those guys start pitting, and you realize that the lap times have slowed down almost 2 seconds, you put a lot of pressure on the rest of the field to say, okay, I pitted early. I got to make up for a second and a half, 2 seconds a lap for a handful of laps right here. You want to get on time.
RCR drivers are in.
Time in 26th position, so you're going to have your stuff together on this pit stop to make some adjustments on your car. If you're not one of those cars that got a lot down, but towards the tail end of this league lap, where you're going to wind up being in trouble at the end of the first stage.
17 here.
Josh Berry. That was the pit road. Zane Smith went a lap down.
21. 54.
Ty Gibbs stops in front of the one, in my opinion, for all these leaders down. Stuff like Gibbs,
Ty Gibbs is getting the ball right there. You see that right rear tire all scuffed up fenders.
Yeah, I wonder who could that. I wonder who that could have been. Damn, Hamlin about to put Chastain in the 4 lap.
I will tell you though, and we talked about this before the race, if you do have trouble on a pit stop, it's actually better to do that under a green flag. When the cars aren't all bunched up and you'll lose less positions.
So half the field has come to pit road. Daniel Suarez is in. Carson's going to run another one. Or excuse me, Hamlin.
And for Denny Hamlin right now, he's in a position where he had a big lead. He was able to stay on the racetrack and not have to
45 is in.
So they're all going to pit. The next thing you know, he's going to have fresher tires again for the second half of this run.
Noah Gragson and Tyler Reddick, who started on the roll, come to pit lane. Jamie?
Leaders in. Joseph will take the lead now. Whoa. Damn, 16 goes for a spin on pit. Kosovar is staying.
He's going to still be a leader, but Larson got Reddick in the exchange.
Yeah, Larson leapfrog with 45. Kosovar is in.
Just about anybody off the racetrack except for Joey Logano and Cole Custer.
So Denny Hamlin's going to cycle back to the lead.
Was the leader when he came to pit road as things cycle around. That will turn the lead over to Logano. Who picks now? They're still servicing Allman. He got the worst of it when Ryan
Cole Custer staying out. He's right there in that red car. All right, Hamlin back to the lead. Yeah, Cole Custer will pit eventually.
Is pulling out of the pits to be able to anticipate the car coming in. So usually crew chief or somebody up on the pit box is calling that or the spotter up on top of the roof. So definitely I always used to look in my mirror and try to anticipate when all that was going to happen. But I watched the Allman do your pit stop real quick. He's going to get another better penalty for being over the lines.
42 laps complete. Here's Blaney clearing out as Allman tries to get in.
Whoa.
You play by the rules. Then things happen. Prices keep climbing. Every month, a new expense. And it adds up. So how do you face it?
He'll pit eventually. He's just going to keep, the longer he stays out there, he's going to fall down the leaderboard. It's not like he's affecting anything.
When that happens, we're here to help you take action. And this is where your new chapter begins. Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started. Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness. It sure isn't paved.
Oh, yep, he's pitting now. You see this on the leaderboard?
Oh, Dr. Pepper, cherry is the best.
Blackberries in there.
It's Dr. Pepper and cream.
I reckon it's Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream.
Cod's biggest sale of the
Yeah,
year.
there he is.
30% on moving and storage until May 18th. And see why Cod's is America's
Yeah, again, the leaderboard is a lap ahead of me, like about a lap or so ahead.
30% at Cod's.com.
This is our new French dip royale. One bite of melty provolone, caramelized onions, and tasty will have you say, hello.
I think Custer's the last of the drivers to pit.
Don't waste money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't need. With My Biz Plan from Verizon Business, choose exactly what you want, pay only for what you need. Now get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years.
Alright, see ya. Looking good.
Brian, there seemed to be a lot of tension in the turns. What happened?
You know, well, when it gets really hot, it cools every turn fast. But yeah, I mean, when it gets that hot, every turn.
Brian,
I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
Like you said, every turn matters.
If you want to turn data into business, every time matter with Trimble. Confident that every turn.
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Trimble. Confidence at every turn. Racers athlete in Kansas City has a 1 3/4 second advantage over Kyle Larson after green flag pit stops. Kyle Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, the top 5. Other than Larson, well, obviously he got Reddick there. Who was good, who was not. Well, the real loser on that spring flat stop was Carson Hosebar. Remember, he ran farther than any of them. The left driver, his crew chief was split right down the middle. But the whammy was a 15-second pit stop, and now he's sitting back at 18th, almost 20 seconds behind the leader. One of their air wrenches broke during the pit stop. That was the problem. Reported to us on Hosebar's stop.
Well, that's what we talk about, right? Like it's the pit road stuff is so important. I know in this instance the pit got broken. There's nothing they can do.
Chases up into the top 10 now.
All these little things that happen on pit road are so hard to overcome.
So there is the pit cycle with the running order on the left and where they were when they pitted before the pit cycle began. On the right, Chris Buescher, a big gainer, up 4 spots since then. William Byron on 4, as was Christopher Bell. The key will be, like for Buescher, he did it early. We'll be able to see if that plays off longer in the run. I mean, that's the balance, the counterbalance, if you will. You got to get this track position. Somehow, some way, getting in the ditch is probably the easiest way there.
Just update Ryan Blake. He's on that contact down pit road. Check with the team. They've got pictures of it. Look at it. Told Ryan everything is fine. What we can see, Ryan told the Cardinals going to do 12 tricks of the steering. As for how it's been driving this race so far, started off tight, migrated 2-3, needed both ends of the race car work a little bit better. But I did look at his right front tire that came off. And much like yesterday in practice, these tires are starting to string apart to where they're unwrapping around some of them. A number of tires up and down pit road like that.
Yeah, and talking about the tires, that's what I was talking about earlier. You gotta be aware of what you need to do to take care of the tires. As we see, Hosebar put Corey Heim and Riley Hurts pretty wide right there.
Whoa, push one high.
Whoa.
Just about right.
Damn.
So much more than just 18 holes. Once you forget that, it's about never letting
Turned around how much did Hurts? 70 laps earlier, he passed him cleanly, could have had contact with him. We looked at the video, Hurts got loose on turn 4, and Calvis just didn't lift. Guess what? They started right together those two today. Speaking of Kyle, here comes Denny Hamlin. I spent the last 2 days with Kyle down at the Merrimack Jackson auction in Palm Beach, where he has some electric cars, and it was a whole different Kyle Busch than at the racetrack.
I actually asked Denny Hamlin about this before the race. He's kind of created an ignominious situation for himself because of the fact that the things that he said on his podcast about Kyle Busch, it was going to be a good time pass because that's what Kyle Busch said. He's like, I can make his life hell. So didn't seem to be the case right here, but this is the way that we thought it would go today. At some point, Denny Hamlin would catch Kyle Busch to put him a lot down.
He got ignominious?
Yeah.
Talk about pulling words out of your pocket. That's ridiculous. Denny Hamlin almost will lead at 2 3/4 seconds. This was top 11. He started from the 4 series now 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's got 6
That shows you how hard it is to pass. Reddick, obviously the fastest car this weekend with the pole. Had to move down out of the outside. Really shut down his speed. Now we're going to try to stay on the outside. And you see, if he didn't let him move down to give us the opportunity to stay on that outside line. Very challenging.
And we've seen a lot of people run that line in Saints just ran. We saw all night last night in the Riley race. They kind of get in the middle and check run straight down. Really hard on the tires when you don't run that top of the racetrack You want to run as big and hard around the top of the racetrack as you can to take care of the right front end of the rear tire. Now that they've all pitted, somewhat not all of them, but a lot of them pitted early, they're going to have to
false advertising.
I know it's only a handful of laps or so one side or the other, but still, those tires, they can struggle as you get towards the end of this round.
That pass was half a second slower than going down. Focus on Brian Lane. Ryan's feelings about this time there. Brian was one of the cars yesterday that had a right rear that was wore out on this on the right. He's sitting at 38. That means he's going to have 42 laps on this set right here.
Hold on, I gotta go to wherever they said that.
Right front was worn out. They never like to see time where they feel like it can get better today.
That's fucking great.
We're behind with the 14.
I did not like that.
He's been here to race before, so it's
Medium.
Wait, what? What is happening here? Did the tire go down? Wait, did the tire go down on Bush? That looks like the right one.
Oh yeah, that way.
These tires get worn out on the inside, and they'll start unraveling that rubber on the top of the tire. So definitely coming hard there.
Jenny Hamlin is today's driver. 61 Cup Series wins, 10 on the all-time list, and top of the Warrior Kansas victories, the first of which came in 2005. This track was just 4 years old, and Hamlin was 24. Denny Hamlin's won 5 Cup races since Kyle Larson, the second-place driver, last went to victory lane.
To tell you the truth, we can take a lead these seconds. The attention, the bragging rights, because all we've got to do is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Suffering from Reddick fatigue.
Change happens fast. Modern enterprise for 5 years and their online limits the same day outcome. Expect the magic. Pharmacy orders go away from Homer. The homebody who only goes outside when nature calls. So Mom uses Chewy Dennis Green Tick Meds at a great price. Delivered fast, right to their door. For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Wearing regular shoes feels this cramped. A dry fit, wide fit, hands-free Skechers slip-ins feel like this. The Skechers slip-ins just step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins. It's about to go down. All right. Absolutely incredible. All-American. Major move. This is real American freestyle. Conversation is called speed. Alex Pillow is obsessed with speed. And when your average Sunday goes 250 miles per hour, it can be hard downshifting to the speed of Shelly.
Well,
So you'll forgive Alex the next time he decides to get milk. He doesn't get it here. He gets it here.
what isn't
Want to catch Alex Pillow? Welcome to the
evil?
fastest racing on Earth.
This summer, the biggest tournament on earth comes to America.
Chase us up to 9th now.
Get ready for the 2026
He's within reach of maybe 8th and 7th place.
on Fox and FS1.
Corey Himes up to 12th.
Mascots at Kansas. They'll be on hand. Some of the games that we played here in Kansas City. And Kyle Busch has been on the radio. Remember, they had a tire issue on that first pit stop. Each team has 8 sets of new tires, plus the tires they qualified on. But Barry can replace them every 35 laps. You're going to be short. Yeah, you are. You've got to be cognizant of that. But Mike, if they're wearing out, you have no choice. You got to put some on there. Remember,
Spectra's on.
He's going to have to go 46, 47 laps.
And the reason that he did it right there, we saw earlier, was all
That's
the
for 6th place.
off the side of the tires, and it just, his car seems to be wearing those tires out a lot quicker.
Pretty hard to believe. Looking at this, that's Denny Hamlin laughing. Joey Logano, 3-time champion. Big tough sled so far with the 22 car. For 3 of the last 4 weeks, Joey Logano has not been among the front runners. Look how much he's slowing Denny down. Look back from our Unbroken Speaks cam onto a Joey, and that's Bubba Wallace getting up and against the wall in a 3-wide battle of Toyotas.
Real easy to do off of turn 2 when you're running that top line, the way that you follow that wall around, and as you get about almost onto the straightaway, the front end always wants to take off, and just barely got up there against the wall.
That was a battle. That was a 3-wide fight for 6th place. And you know who won? Bell. Thank you guys. Got a 2-for-1 out of that exchange. Passing Briscoe and Wallace, who now fight for 7th. But 90 going this stage, Joey Logano is doing a good job keeping that leader from lapping him. That would be uber important to be able to hold him on.
And the big thing for Joey Logano is he's got those cars right in front of him.
Chase Elliott going for 7th place.
Chase Elliott almost got taken out by Bubba Wallace coming down the racetrack there. 3-wide.
Yeah, he's close. You see right now, Denny Hamlin has put Joey Logano right now, but Logano is going to fight for his life right here as we.
You know, Logano at this rate, just let him by. There's no point in holding him up.
The longer that Logano can hold him up, the better off his chances are that Denny Hamlin will grab another car to keep him from being the lucky number.
Exactly. He is slowing him down big time.
Well, Logano is very good at defending. There's Logano and Ross Chastain are probably 2 of the best defensive drivers on this circuit. So right now he's doing a good job.
For a moment, I thought they were going to bring Todd Gilliland back to them, and Gilliland would have a chance to get back on the lead lap. Logano's not done.
Yeah, I think
Chase Elliott up to 7th now. Could reach 6th place if he can.
to be able to put himself in a spot where he didn't have to run the bottom of the racetrack.
Got a second out of his lead over Larson.
Well, the worst part for Logano is Todd Gilliland went by the 22 car right behind Denny Hamlin in this battle, so that takes him out of a 3-pass spot. All went bad right there for Joey Logano in a matter of a couple corners.
6 to go in stage 1 as going back to the Ford Racing cam on Fort Gilliland.
Todd did a nice job of taking advantage of Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano going at it. Being on the bottom of the racetrack at this point in the run broke that momentum.
SVG and Michael McDowell, Todd Gilliland.
And Hamlin's going to thread his way through here for these final 5 laps in stage 1.
And you see the 97 of SVG right there, all the way to the top of the racetrack, and that puts Denny
See Larson back there.
on the bottom where you just can't finish the corner to carry that momentum down the straightaway. He's in a mess. Yeah, Todd Gilliland follows Hamlin through to get by SVG as well. So
SVG's been carrying the flag for Trackhouse. Their other 2 cars are another 10 spots back. Here's Gilliland with a chance to get back on the lead lap. Maybe. Well, maybe not.
Well, right now he just wants the pace with Denny Hamlin.
Ooh, Michael McDowell almost came up onto the 11s. We get 3 to go in stage 1.
Looks like the strategy game is alive and well today. I'm thinking about Busher. Been early, got some track position, was able to stay there, didn't really fall off and hurt him. Your job's getting busy. Yeah, it is, and I feel like maybe those guys are hitting early. They would pay the price like this.
47. Well, Hamlin.
Has lapped through the 21st place, which is Todd Gilliland right now. This 34 car, Clint, has actually followed Denny Hamlin right up through this pack and actually had the pace to stay with him. Pretty interesting.
Just one more lap car ahead that Hamlin could catch, and that's Austin Dillon. Now, who else is worried about his right front tire? Our pulse here. Listen.
Right. Final lap, stage 1.
Final lap, stage 1.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Reddick's 12 seconds back.
You start hearing it, you feel it in here. Now, Gilliland wants to try to pass Hamlin, so we won't have to start last.
Off turn 4, green and white checkered flag. Stage 1 winner, Denny Hamlin. Stage 1 results are Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, Bubba Walson, Corey Heim round up the top 10. Listen, damn, 3 of the 2311 cars in the top 10.
Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better.
There's an estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease with PD. Find a urology specialist who treats PD at GoGetSomebody.com.
Kind of hard to get into rhythm when you put in the wall by your teammate.
Or running by attitude.
But hold back his surgery wall.
That's pretty cool. Toyota, let's go places.
Bro, M11 does not hold anything back in his new NASCAR video about
Always call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones
he does not hold back his
I
don't think any of us hold back either.
Just kind of missing that person's share.
once in a while.
No way.
Tuesday on Fox.
Oh, that's stage 1. Birmingham, stage 1.
Yep. Third 4, and I think he's going to let Todd Gilliland have the lead lap.
Yes, he does.
He lets Todd Gilliland. Get back to the lead lap. Larson second, Reddick third, Gibbs fourth, Bell fifth, Elliott first, Hocevar, Wallace, and Corey, I'm going to save point.
Wait, what?
Corey, I'm going to save point. Oh my God. Man, somebody give him a ride.
Andrew, I think you know what to do. No. I don't want a high time. It would be better than Pope? No, I'd rather prefer Pope and something every week than Corey Hines being in that book.
Take a look. You can dream big and live large. With a compact truck made for both tight parking spaces and wide open places. Versatile, high-tech, the 2025 Ford Maverick, the pickup of the lowest rank of MSRP in its class.
Kind of hard against the rhythm when you're put in the wall by your teammates.
And right now, get a $2,500 gas card or $2,500 in total cash on a 2025 Ford Maverick.
Pizza stop. Pizza stop done. Oh my God, Kevin Hart.
They had a pit stop there at the end of the race where they got him back out front and were able to.
Wait, why were we in
They
Bristol?
had 7 cars, flat cars in between him and second place.
That was Bristol?
And he had a
God.
they had a decent pit stop.
I was like, oh my God, pit stop time.
Consistent on pit road with errors and slow pit stops. But it's like, what would you do? I'm like, you don't want to do that.
I think he sent us to the wrong NASCAR
Join
race.
Kevin and crew every Tuesday and Thursday. The Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour.
I can predict that race. I is won it.
Speaking of pit crews, there's Jamie.
Denny Hamlin's pit crew is ranked fifth so far this season. It's the same group of guys that went to victory lane 6 times last year, already once this year. Let's meet Team 11.
Why would I know that?
Devin Euchre, rear tire changer, and I like long walks on the beach.
I wish I knew.
Going down, tire carrier, and I build hot rods in my spare time.
Wait. Talk about yeah. About how much Robbie absolutely hates.
I just told you, Busher,
Busty Brown.
you know that he pitted early, and when he watched it from 8 to 12 on the last lap, we're around his tire trouble. Well, I think we got some radio, but they tell us that.
On the Grand Prix.
Yeah, what we're used to seeing on the reading radio is the fact that maybe he's got a right foot issue, and he slid up in there right before that stage ended.
Yeah, he's got some right side damage on that car that.
That's what we were wondering. The short pitted ran long on that run, and probably got tired of it. You can see it over there with the record. All right, the pits will be open this time. They'll fill up with Sunoco race fuel, zero carbon monoethanol. It's the pressure of your tires. Get ready for stage 2. William?
Like the 20 car, Christopher Bell comes to the number 1 rated team on pit road, and they will be able to focus on nothing but a good pit stop because he is pleased with the car, so the balance is good, feels really nice. The 9 car, Chase Elliott, felt like he hurt the right rear tire too much in that last run. Carlos Bale's good.
Kyle Larson's in the back end a little bit ahead. She got slick at the end. He actually hit the ball over. They're going to make a right rear air pressure adjustment to help capture it. Meanwhile, we've got Denny Hamlin, who's dominated today. Little free and tight center on, nothing major for the 11.
Chase Elliott makes up 3 spots with 4 tire changes. Chris Busher up to 3. Lee White was a professional team manager and an Indy 500 winning engine builder. He headed up IMSA GTO road racing for Roush and Ford, and it was in the same role for Oldsmobile. Then became a key
Right, Chase Elliott gained
NASCAR. Retired as president.
3 spots on pit road. Will restart 4th.
White passed recently, age 78.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you fight through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis to increase risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase pace in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Waking and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Brain. Greatly improves your relief. Ask about Brain.
Mom, I got it.
Change happens fast. Lock in the internet price for 5 years and online unlimited sauce on day lifetime. Expect the legendary.
Chevy Thomas is capable and dependable. The Chevy people and drive. You probably know your sister. Buddy, the ones who always show up. The owner of that little extra. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Get supplier discount for everyone pricing for over 8,300 in total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members only incentive.
Lenny Kravitz, Liars 2026. Lenny Kravitz performing for women saving their family at the venue at Thunder Valley, Friday, May 22nd. To get tickets now at thundervalleyresort.com. Lenny Kravitz, live in concert. Visit LennyKravitz.com.
I'm Chief Meteorologist AdventHealth. Watch last week for your certified, most accurate forecast.
Out there at Kansas Speedway, it's been about the day. Domination started on the front row. They stayed within the top 5. Has led the most laps in your stage 1 winner. He won first 2 stages in this race last fall, but did not end up winning that race. As we are coming to you, along with Jamie McMurray and Chris Myers from the beginning here of Turn 1 with some nice people here. Thanks for having us up. We appreciate it. All right, so we know Toyota's Denny dominating here. If not Denny, is Kyle Larson the best chance to see him early in this race?
Well, clearly Larson's got the best position right now, but Chase Elliott also has been up there. The guy that I had my eye on is Carson Hostar. Had a bad pit stop at the first stop, drove back up to 8th, Chris, but had another bad pit stop. They can get their pit stops under control. Hostar has a car capable of getting up there and doing something.
And I know Kevin Harvick touched on it. Denny Hamlin did say on our pre-race show in regards to Kyle Busch, he said 15 years they were teammates. He said no teammate taught me more than Kyle Busch, and I really wanted to do well because it will be good for all of NASCAR. Let's go back to the booth.
Thanks. 87 laps complete as we get ready for stage number 2. Ryan Blaney spent a lot of time on pit road. They were working on the front splitter of his car and took the too many men over the wall penalty so they could get that repair made. He'll start in the back. Jamie?
Well, Michael heard radio from Tyler Reddick saying the right front was gone. He also said that after that last adjustment, he got so tight. Well, listen to where he rolled. This is the right front tire. Absolutely gone. And so after they were able to come in, make an air pressure adjustment.
Damn, the tower's going down all the way to the cording on that thing. Shit.
Hamlin Larson on the front row for the restart. Carson Hocevar lost a bunch of spots with a 17.5-second stop. They had to jack the car up twice. 19 total spots lost to for him. Restart back at 18.
Yeah, he's got a, like you said, he's got a car capable of running at the front of this pack.
Having a solid car is one thing, but the question is it solid enough to beat Denny Hamlin? That's the question.
Clean and green, 80 laps. Stage 2 is 85 laps. The final stage, 102. Toyota Camry XSE pace car on pit road.
All right, time for stage 2.
And here we come for stage 2. Hamlin Larson. teamwork for Toyota's Reddick pushed Danny Hamlin right to the lead. I was kind of thinking, Larson give him a run for his money. Here he comes to the inside.
Larson to the inside.
He slide up in front of him. He's looking for it.
We slide up. Larson to the lead. Here comes Chase Elliott. Elliott up to second.
Didn't see that coming right on the restarts, but now Reddick as well. Denny Hamlin definitely having a little trouble firing off. Yeah, he lost a little momentum when Kyle slid up in front of him, and he's still trying to get that momentum back. Finally going into turn 3 right here, he's able to get it back rolling. They have learned some things in the Hendrick camp. Chase Elliott really haven't talked about him all day. Now they're running 1-2. Where'd they come from? Well, that's exactly what they do. And Kyle Larson's and Cliff Daniels have kind of done the same thing this year. Just grind away, keep yourself in contention, and let the race come to you. And right now, they've taken advantage on this restart. You see throughout the whole field, everybody knows that as this gets struck out, it gets harder and harder to pass. You need to make it happen as much as you can on these restarts. But take this restart, put it in your pocket.
Oh shit, we got Alex Bowman up in the top 10. Well, didn't think I was going to see that today, but there he is.
Well, that's a good point, Mike. But, when I think back to the start of the race, Larson lost spots. He was slipping, sliding around, looked loose, taking off. They have fixed the fire-off speed on the 5 car and the 9 car. First going back in 6th. A lot of action back here. Austin Cindric dives to the bottom. And there's Hosemar digging himself back out of the hole again. Battling Gilliland, who was able to stay on the lead lap at the end of the stage. And he's all the way up to 14. Mike Gilliland, you should see Hosemar just slide across the back bumper of Austin Dillon right there. But as we look at this run, for whatever reason, we ran a tremendous amount of caution laps right there. And this run is not going to be shorter or longer than the first run with the amount of laps that we ran under caution. So it should be about the same amount of laps on the tires. We'll have to run through. So on the line, Hosemar in line, who lost a lot of spots in pit road, trying to gain them back quickly at the start of stage 2. Ricky Stenhouse was the pre-pass at the end of stage 1, so he's back on the lead lap. 23 lead lap cars as we start stage 2. And I think Tyler Reddick, as we see him on the top of the screen, trying to work over Chase Elliott right there for second position. I think he's got to be really careful about how much he leans on that right front tire. I saw him down the lane right there. You see him do the exact same thing right there. You got to believe. Larry, I just don't know that the way that tire came apart. I just don't know that that's going to get better. Well, how much do you adjust on your second run when you've had an issue like that on your first run? Well, as much as you can, but the problem is you're trying to make passes, and Chase Elliott's making that difficult on you. He's forcing you to run in a line you don't want to run in. Kevin told us at the top of the show, I don't want to be on that bottom. It hurts those tires even more, but I can't go through him. Yeah, and you see, maybe they freed that car up enough to take
Well, I hope so.
that right front tire a little bit more this time, but
Hello, Connor. Welcome to the live stream.
Second place changes hands. Reddick up to second behind Larson. Elliott comes back to his left rear corner and gets closed out there at the start-finish line, and Hamlin comes right back to him. Michael Jordan looking on, and his car's in second place. Day 2 of this trip. He was here all day yesterday for practice and qualifying, and these guys are. Well, he's having fun. That tells me. Well, you win that much. How can you not have fun?
Hamlin to the inside enough. Whoa, watch out.
That was close. But you got to be aggressive when you're making these passes and to get them to finish. Because if you do all the work and make yourself get in a position to make those passes and then don't finish the pass, you got to do it all over again. As close as these tires are on the edge, you got to make sure you make it happen fast so you can put that car back where you want it on the racetrack. Michael Jordan's cars are second, 10th, 14th and 17th. AJ Allmendinger with an unscheduled stop under green. Well, we've seen these two together, but look at this one right here. All the way from the trunk. Alex Bowman on his second return back. Second race since his return was pretty good. Jamie, what do you got?
4 races for vertigo symptoms, and then last week when he got wrecked out early in the race, they were not very good to start. Started 33rd today, but they have been working on this car and his pit crew coming through. Last stop of 6 spots. They're going in the right direction. Certainly not terrible as he said early on.
Alex Bowman has 11 top 10s here. His first go of any track.
Damn, Trackhouse is. Oh. Damn, Trackhouse is falling off the cliff today.
It is a heck of a battle, but we've had a couple of those guys put their way forward.
And for the lead, excuse me, that's not the lead, that's close. Tommy Allmendinger, who just came out of the pits with fresh tires.
At this point, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time. At this rate, I'm not going to waste my time commenting on his thing, especially for stuff, small stuff like that. Don't let it.
Stadiums to powder rooms, from sidewalks to scribbles, blast furnaces to microwave.
Ethan Triller can do whatever he wants. I can still comment. I'm not saying you shouldn't comment on his stuff, but certain things, man.
Seth has over 85 years of cleaning experience.
Yeah, sometimes the stuff I hear other folks say, sometimes the stuff they say makes me roll my eyes all the time. Whatever. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna speak my mind. I just need to think about what I'm gonna say first, because I don't want to say the wrong thing and someone take offense to.
When that time comes, the whole world will strike to a point.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you say, hello, your royale.
Most of the time, I usually don't have anything else much to say anyway. You know, Alex Bowman going for 8. Oh no, wait, that's for Bubba Wallace going for.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know her. It's just why? The ones who own the ship. They all have that little extra. And maybe you get it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Get supplier discount for everyone placing for over $8,300 in total value on this 2026 Chevy Sublime $1,500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a 1250 members only incentive.
What makes an experience an experience? When race days become race weekends, and race weekends become full throttle memories. So pull up in your camper, pick your favorite spot. First race for 50
Whoa.
A community that lives loud, loves hard, and celebrates every damn
That's out for knife eating.
You want fearless? Take control. Sprint down the track and get ready for a fight.
Motorsports all day on Fox. The fastest racing on earth. It's the West Coast. Alex Blow, Joseph Newgarden, and the stars of IndyCar. In the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, Felix Rosenqvist starts from the pole next. Only on Fox. Here in Kansas, Kyle Larson picking him up and putting him down, ran his fastest lap here during stage 2.
Those Larson is talking his fastest lap.
In his Hendrick. Chevrolet Camaro, Tyler Reddick, 0.6 of a second back. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Christian Bell, Alex Bowman into the top 10. Chris Buescher, of course, as he's been most of the weekend. He's in 7th place. Laps complete. 22 cars still running on the lap one on Sunday Fox NASCAR Breakout. John Hunter saw a shots from his Toyota Canvas past Noah Grayson. They are running one lap down, 26th. Ryan Bush is down in the three-pass position. In 23rd, first car one lap down. Let's check the Riggin.
Like you see the number 7 car up in the scores on the screen right there. We just had cranked it up. We heard all those teams on the radio go apart and had to change the radio on the last pit stop in the Suarez. Thought they got it fixed, but take a listen to this.
Well, that's never fun as a driver when or a crew chief, spotter, anybody, when you don't know if the driver can actually hear you. So, yet to be seen what the outcome is with the 7-car Suarez as we run out for the Toyota Racing Cam here with John Hunter Nemechek.
Kevin, I got some bad news for you, buddy. Larson just passed you for the most laps led here.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I don't really have the competitive spirit anymore.
Yeah. When you look at that list, Kevin, you'll have second on that list for quite a while. Almost 200 more laps than Denny Hamlin led. All right, Tyler Reddick by 1.3 seconds behind the race leader. Here's his radio.
Yeah, I get that. It'll make it turn, right? I'm talking about early usually. You know what I mean? Let's hope that they won't restart. I guess the race has to be restarted. That was just my question. Yeah, I just go on the year wheel on the wheel, and then you go on the wheel, and then otherwise it's fine.
But that's a great point that they're talking about right there. When you look at the seams on this racetrack, and the thing that I always used to look for was there used to be a foot or two of greater racetrack where the racetrack would be cleaner. But the seams always, and you can see it from these higher angles right here above the racetrack right here. But the seams definitely have affect the way that the car handles. Each lane has a little bit different banking as well, but you can see the different shades in the rubber on the racetrack right there. So from a driver's perspective, you start cutting around. Okay, right front on the seam. Okay, left's on the seam. Split the seams on the entry to the corner, slide up into the lane. You just start to get creative to try to get your car to do something better than what it is in its current condition. So a lot of things change as you go through this race here at Kansas with the conditions of the racetrack, the amount of rubber, and things that you have to do with the car.
But I like the way Reddick is thinking. Where can I run my car that will abuse that right front tire the least? They're trying to sort it out. However, as they do, Danny Hamlin gets ever closer. There's one back from the Toyota cam on board Reddick at third place. Danny Hamlin.
Well, in the first two portions of runs of the race, I mean, Danny Hamlin beat him up pretty good at the end of the run. And right now, I believe we're going to have him run, at least 3 to 5 more laps, maybe 7 more laps to get to where these guys need to pit. But we know that at the end of these runs, Reddick has been struggling with his tires, and when that tire shuts off, you're in big trouble. You just got to slow down.
Harry, how close are we?
Yeah, Mike, we went back racing at lap 88. That means that was 77 to go in the States. If you split it right down the middle, you're looking somewhere around lap 125, 126, 127, which is less than 10 laps. But we're already hearing some chitter chat on the radio. Once we cross about 121, 122, we may see her start trickling in.
And a lot of times the cars that are handled the worst are the ones that pit first.
Time into the pit road, and it will begin the pit cycle for Sunoco Race Fuel with 0 carbon bioethanol and some fresh Goodyear tires.
He was screaming about his car tight, and it's not getting any better.
I give it in.
Yeah, they definitely missed something on that last adjustment as they went into this run. So it did there early.
Here comes Briscoe and Bell, I believe.
20 to 19 are in.
It's begun.
Like the 20, Christopher Bell. They called it hurry up and hit the pit road right there for him. In terms of the car, needs a little bit more turn after yellow flag stops. Thinks it's going to be good after the green flag.
7 to 10, 35, 77 are in. No, just 3. Sorry, wrong driver.
Chase Elliott, the 9 car, has been quiet on the radio this run, and I can tell you, looking at his tires after the previous run, some of the best looking tires on pit road, so there's a good reason for that quietness.
Alex Bowman, Ernst Busch are coming for their stops. Not that many takers in the first couple of laps of this cycle, so everybody's sticking pretty much to where he's playing here for the most part.
Yeah, I think a lot of that depends on like I said, the handling of your race car. You've given up positions, but you felt like your race car was pretty good the run before on the long run. You can take that chance and jump a few guys that you are around. So a lot of scenarios of where you need to be, but I think a lot of these guys might be a little gun shy because of the tire wear, not wanting to pit too early to put themselves in a position where that tire could come apart if we run green all the way to the end of this stage.
Eric Jones has been in and out. Kyle Busch completes his stop. Brad Keselowski in. As Larson completes another lap, that's 124. Keselowski's teammate Ryan Preece, now all the RFK cars.
Here they go. Here they come. Larson, Reddick, and Hamlin. 1, 2, 3 on pit road. Keep an eye on that 9 car. He's the one that short pitted him to try to close the gap on them. You see him up here in the track map.
Jamie?
He did have 40 on the right front after that last air pressure adjustment and 4 tires here. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick as well. Air pressure adjustment for Denny Hamlin. We'll take a look.
Yeah, and that some of that was coming onto pit road. Denny Hamlin made up a bunch of time on Tyler Reddick.
You see the leaders taking off. And you'll see in your track map, the 9 coming in. He's going to get the 11 right there on your right of your screen. That was a short pit call by Alan Gustafson. Great call. Got some track position for the 9. Let's see if it'll hold on the backside of this run. Got a little gift with Reddick having trouble too.
Yeah, Reddick lost a ton of ground on that pit stop. Got beat getting to pit road, and then he got beat. Pit crew got beat on pit road by Denny Hamlin. So
Carson Hocevar takes over the lead from Gilliland and Blaney.
That 9 car, another 9.00 second pit stop.
Yeah, they've been good all year. They've been consistent. They've been fast, and it paid off for him today.
And the addition of the strategy call that pitted a little early.
Yeah, now on the opposite side with Tyler Reddick, I mean, he had a 12-second pit stop. So either they had a bad stop or they were making some adjustments to get that car better. Carson Hocevar right there on pit road, so got to come in and hope for a better pit stop this time. They've had a couple of rough stops to begin the race. Car's running fast today, though.
Blaney comes in with him, and that will complete the cycle. Blaney with a new Jackman this week. That's the one change they have made. And the Jackman that they hired, unable to be here this weekend for personal reasons, so they had to dip down and take what was the 4's Jackman. He got the 51's Jackman, so a lot of checkers moving around on pit road to try to make this happen.
This is about the first weekend that I can remember Blaney struggled. I mean, he has been, no matter what track, what the challenge, whether it be pit road or whatever, drove right back to the front, one of the fastest cars we've seen in 2026, struggling today.
Yeah, he's about to go lap down.
Kyle Larson goes behind, completing 128 of 267 laps in Kansas.
Are you Marsha?
I am. I am.
Thanks for meeting me here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever use this phone computer, unless it's about my insurance with Liberty.
Oh, same. I hate this thing, but it's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Liberty.
Liberty?
Liberty? Liberty.
Are you hungry? Let's get some roadside net.
And some berries.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royale Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
Chase Elliott got by Pascal for second. He's trying to take it back.
To win a trip to the FIFA World Cup 26 final with your next Valvoline oil change. Enter today at ValvolineWorldCup.com.
Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness. It ain't Ford, it's an 11 with desert racing. Gotta keep pushing. It sure isn't paved. The challenge just the finish.
This guy, cold and smooth survival skills. If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fellow. But if blue touches white, it's flight. And for the mountains.
Welcome back, later. At Napa, we know that the right undercar solutions can stop safety issues before they start. Go further with complete repairs and grow your business. From brakes to suspension, chassis components, keep undercar under control with Napa.
Welcome back to the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas Speedway. Nice turnout here today. The campgrounds were full. A lot of cars in the parking lot and some drenched fans. Watching our aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Legends aren't born, they're proven. Kyle Larson, last year's winner, leading Denny Hamlin by 4.8 seconds. Then Chase Elliott, and back and forth, Tyler Reddick. Jamie?
Tyler Reddick maintaining right now, but it was a scary moment after that last pit stop. He cued the radio moments later and said, guys, it's right here. I had hard wall contact right there going into turn one. It was significant. It doesn't look that good, but he said significant enough to knock the steering off just so slightly. So that happened right after softs. He hasn't said anything about it since, Mike. I said they were keeping an eye on it.
So of the 7 seconds that he's behind the leader, 3 of those were due to trouble on the right front during that stop.
Well, we talked about that before the race, and that is the weak spot that kind of sticks out with this 45 is definitely pit road. But that hitting the wall like that won't make that thing drive better.
Larson up front, Hamlin, Elliott, there's Reddick in fourth. Hamlin's lead with the lap car of Noah Gragson. And back to fifth place, Mr. Bell, Regan.
Well, like we told you that he felt like he might need a little more turn after the yellow flag stop, so that was going to be good after the green flag stop. But right now, for Christopher Bell, just a little bit too tight since we've had those green flag stops. You're going to need an adjustment for that.
Yeah, and that's really one of those characteristics of this racetrack. And when it takes a swing, sticks with you for the rest of the day.
Ty Gibbs, fresh off his big win. First win for him at Bristol last weekend. Running 6, home steady.
Yeah, we saw them struggle on the last stop to be able to get the handling right. First car to pit, back on the racetrack, so running 6 right now. Hoping that the handling is improved on the car.
Bubba Wallace had a brush with the wall early and a little bit of contact, but now he's kind of settled out in 7th place, 13 seconds back.
And I really expected him to be contending for the win today with all the Toyotas up in the front. They're doing an okay job right now in 7th position, but definitely expected a little more out of the 23 overall.
Behind him, another Toyota, that's 6 in the top 8. Chase Briscoe, running 8.
Brad Keselowski in 9th, Regan.
Mike, it's been a nice move through the field for Brad Keselowski right now. Running 9th, as you just said, and a little bit too on the tight side for that car. But crew chief Jeremy Mullins told me before the race started, our strength is going to be the long runs. We feel like the longer the runs, the better that we can be, and that's exactly what's been going on for Brad so far today.
Chris Buescher back in 10th. Now, he had been the fastest forward for most of the day, but Larry, they had trouble in their last stop.
They did, Mike. I mean, they had been money because their first stop on the green was 9.2, 9.2 again at the end of stage 1. But that last green flag pit stop at lap 125, 12.7, that got him behind right there.
Well, he's lucky he's not further behind, but this guy right here, Alex Bowman, has done a really nice job. I was concerned with him after starting 33rd to begin this race and didn't really make up much ground on the first run. But man, since then, he's driven his way up to where he is currently in 11th spot, but doing a nice job for his first time on a mile and a half this year.
Needs one more spot because this has been his best track for top 10s. Austin Cindric also started out back after a rough day in qualifying yesterday, but raced his way up into the top 20. And now, after restarting 16th, he's up to 12.
You got Hosmar starting 6th in the race. Boy, he's had trouble on pit road today. He moves up, started off, had trouble, moved back up to the front, had more trouble. Trying to dig back out of that hole right now.
He's been the Ryan Blaney of this week.
Sure has. Also, Cindric behind him. Another car that started way back in
22 to go in stage 2.
Marched up through the field quite nicely.
And Riley Herbst had a rough day there at Bristol last week, but here he is in 14th place, doing a job on the lead lap. Restarted 15th.
William Byron right behind him at 24. He's pretty quiet today. See his teammate up there, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott up in the top 3. So a little bit off of those guys. Really struggled last week at Bristol and just hasn't been able to wrap his arms around what they need this week either.
Says you can't load the car hard getting in the corner. Byron said.
You took a burrito?
Jamie?
No, I'm good.
Want the broccoli cheddar soup?
No, I'm good, Mom.
First stage.
Hamlin.
Yes.
And also, you know, Bowman's up there in 12.
And running in 17th, best of the RC.
Come on, Bush.
Toys for Tots on there this week.
Any cautions?
No, it's been green.
Gilliland, you mentioned. Got back
Come
on
on,
the lead
Bubba,
lap,
look
stayed
at
on the lead lap at the end of stage 1. Ryan Freese completes
No
the
close
RFK
calls?
trio.
No.
He's had a lead lap finish every race this year. Went over only 3
Usually
laps to do
Kansas is
so.
boring, right?
And
You know, it's the racing product.
is Daniel Suarez, who was the fastest Chevrolet in practice and the second quickest no tie in qualifying. And that takes you through all of the 20 lead lap cars at lap 147. Kyle Larson out front.
Alright, so you got the memo. Looking good.
Brian, there seemed to be a lot of tension in the turns. What happened?
You know, well, when it gets really hot, it cools every turn matters. But yeah, I mean, when it gets that hot, every turn. Brian,
I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
like you said, every turn matters.
If you want to turn data into decisions, then make every turn matter with Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness. If it ain't Ford, it's an 11 with Desert Racing. Gotta keep pushing the Desert Sunset. It sure isn't paved. The challenge just ahead.
Yeah, this has just been another rough week again, as usual. Sadly, not surprised in this household anymore. It has been.
The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough in communication satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royale Highness."
Arby's, we have
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with this movie anymore. It's not worth my time anyway.
Take note of recognizable landmarks, like that. What's wrong with going in circles? Different circles, Ross.
I've given up.
And for the mountains.
You know, when Talladega. The NASCAR Cup Series from Talladega next Sunday on Fox.
You guys can just go do whatever you want. I don't give a crap anymore.
No, Karen. Keep quiet.
Well, why should I bother watching?
Home to speed, drama, and the big one. ARCA kicks off the action on Saturday with racing at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1, followed by the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series racing at 4 p.m. Eastern on the CW. Then on Sunday, the Cup Series will hit the track at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Yeah.
New stage lengths at Talladega. We'll talk about that later in the telecast. Welcome back to the AdventHealth 400 on Fox, presented by Toyota. 153 laps complete. Kyle Larson leading by
So
3
yeah,
seconds. So back to
I'm not watching the movie tomorrow or next week.
and Eric Jones. We're going to go inside ride with Eric.
How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car. Find your next sponsor.
Yeah, this is such a cool camera view right here on the spoiler. Gives you a great view of how close to the wall they get in certain sections of this
You
racetrack.
guys do this every time, every week. Who's that?
Along with Suarez, Blaney, Stenhouse, and Custer.
Yeah, you see immediately he starts searching down the racetrack, preferred groove up against the wall. Kyle Busch is obviously in that lane, so Eric Jones is like, man, I gotta get myself in a position to get some clean air on the this car.
You can see the draft that he gets down the straightaway. Hear how much he's out of the gas and the front intake off. That car gets smaller in front of him. That's the weight that these things or the diffuser made behind him. You have to get out of that weight. Makes your car really tight.
They've added another element to Eric's Racing to Read program where he goes and visits schools and reads books to kids. His teammate John Hunter Nemechek now comes along and brings his pickle dog here and gives the kids a round of pickleball after Racing to Read. That's your AdventHealth inside ride. Ty Gibbs, 7th place. 4 seconds behind Wallace.
Yeah, remember he's the very first car that pitted on this pit cycle. So these last 8 laps right here going to be super difficult to hang on to the track position that he has with the way that the tires fall off at the end of these runs. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that car together for the next 7 laps.
Very special weekend for Bubba. Not only is his team color, Michael Jordan here, but Bubba carrying some very special colors and special cars to him.
This weekend's a special one for me and my family personally. 200 stars. I'm honored to, have another shot, have another Sunday to go fight for a win, and now having the Boys and Girls Club jump on. It's just special.
Matt Jarrett was the first NASCAR Cup driver to win in his 300th start with Ben Bristol. Starting with the 2-time champ. And there they are. Most of them are in the Hall of Fame or headed there. And Bubba's very happy with his car. Let's listen.
Well, that's always a good sign from the top of the pit box when you're wondering what you need to do. Right now, from the way that he's explaining that car on the radio, he just needs some track positions. Looking at the lap times, right now he's right in the game with our leader, Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin a little faster than both of those guys that lap, but not much. So definitely has the lap times to keep himself in the conversation if he gets the track position up front.
So right now, 3 Chevys, 5 Toyotas, and 2 Fords trying to get stage points.
What?
That's your top 10.
What?
With Hocevar about a second ahead of Chase Briscoe behind the stage point.
And when you see Busher on the screen, you look over to the pylon, and Kevin, you and I have been talking about this throughout the year. RFK does a good job of just quietly taking care of business in a point scenario when you start thinking about championship and year-end situations. They're not where they need to be, but they're taking care of business on points for sure.
Well, and the biggest thing with the 6 cars, Brad Keselowski is he's got to qualify better. We see, Chris Buescher qualify better, and for Brad today, it's going to work out as you see.
But they just don't go run themselves out of business chasing a magical setup that's not there. They stay in their wheelhouse, stay true to themselves, and get the points.
3 drivers have finished on the lead lap in every race, and they're all on the lead lap right now. Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece. You can tell 54 is in big time trouble already.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it's time.
Only got to hold on for 2 more laps, and we'll be at the end of stage 2. Well, that's what he's doing. Hold on. Praying that tire hold on.
All right.
Which one's my one?
That's yours. None of them are mine. All right, final lap, stage 2.
With consecutive laps, 2, basically 3 runs in a row. You had the stage break to break them up. But anytime you have to run these consecutive
Bow
laps
for 7th.
from the driver's seat, it can be taxing just because you're in there so long, tensed up and trying to do everything.
Green and white checkered flag, stage 2 winner, Kyle Larson, Young Money.
Kyle Larson takes the green and white checkered flag for his 3rd stage win of 2026.
This year?
Yes. They showed Michael Jordan earlier.
Let's see what happened with Michael Jordan. Where's Reddick at?
3rd. Also, they showed Corey Hyman, that 67 car. He managed to get fork out a stage point. Anyways, stage 2 results are Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, and Carson Hocevar. Round out your top 10. Damn. Wow. Riley Herbst running 12.
It feels like you aren't perfect, you aren't making progress. But progress doesn't mean changing your life in a day. Progress is drinking coffee with the legends. Without an audience. It's how starts the numbers and confident choices. And one little sensor on the back of your heart can help you live with diabetes on your terms. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. This is progress. Try for free at freestylelibre.us.
Wendy's been back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, it just hits. This is our best spicy chicken ever.
Looks like a yes to me.
Spicy chicken just got better and good. At Credit One Bank, we believe anything's possible.
It's freezing. I'm going to go back to the module.
So leading your team to the championship?
Okay, that's my personal space.
Landing a check maintenance. Supercomputer.
I won.
You try.
I won.
Took an hour and 37 minutes to get through both stages without cautions during the.
The card with access to exceptional benefits is one of them. Welcome to the Credit One Bank American Express Suite. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Born from bootleggers, built by rule breakers. We don't ask permission, we don't seek approval. We just are. The most relentless, unpretentious athletes on the planet. Chasing glory at 200 miles per hour. Defiantly unapologetic, authentically NASCAR.
This is uncanny. Keelan and Kevin together. I'm not sure which is which, mate. When I first saw this video that Flo posted, I was like, I had to rewind it. And you look at his hand and the way that he turns the steering wheel and everything that he's doing in there, I'm definitely glad to know that he's 100% mine.
That's the new Show Speed with Arvid and Buxton, fueled by Bullet. That's quite an uncanny video. I know you taught him how to drive, but he didn't teach him how to drive exactly like you did.
I was pretty freaked out when I saw that video for the first time, but the way that he holds the steering wheel and the way that he kind of chops at the wheel and turns his hands. So yeah, we had fun on that show, but it was that video was pretty intriguing.
That's cool. What's for lunch?
Well, guys, if you come to Kansas with Old Clint, you got to have some good barbecue. If you're going to have good barbecue, it better say this emblem right here on. A lot of good barbecue, Q39, there's a bunch of them here, but Jack Stack's my favorite. And I figured I'd give my old buddies some Jack Stack. Here you go, Kevin. And if you're going to, the Kansas City connection is definitely burn-ins. Burn-ins are where it's at. Try you one out.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, it smells good.
I'll just worry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's them. That's definitely them. Try one. All right, we're going to leave Clint holding the bag. And then it's time for pit stops. Well, we grab a little bit of lunch. Well, we look at what's coming up next week on Fox. NASCAR race day, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're on Fox with the cup race at 3 on Fox. Austin Cindric won last year's Talladega Spring Race. Brad Keselowski leads all active drivers with 6 Talladega Cup wins. And NASCAR has flipped the script. Instead of, like at Daytona, having the final stage the longest stage will be first, and the last 2 stages will be short. And that means, as we get toward the end of that race, fuel saving, we hope, Larry Mack, will be out the window.
Can't guarantee anything, but that right there, once we clear stage 2, it's wide open to lap 188.
I love the fact that Larry is like hedging his bet because you just never know what these teams are trying to do from a strategy standpoint.
I'm not burnt in. Am I not down here?
Yeah, you're on the burn end down there.
I'll send a runner down there, old buddy. Look at Ryan Blaney's fastest stops this season, and they came right here. A change at the jack position. He was going to get Josh Berry's jack man from last week, but they had to make a last-minute audible call, and yet that team has done very, very well. Regan.
Well, Christopher Bell continuing to have a good run today. A few more complaints as from the ride quality is not as good for him right now as what he wants. And you've got 2 free every first up entry as that roll race out of the 9-car Chase Elliott. Just looking for Jamie?
Oh, Chase Elliott is backing up. Yeah, it happens. Fuck, lost some spots. Yes, Bell was Hamlin and Bell were fast.
Chase Elliott, he was a big loser in that one.
Yeah, because he had to back up and. Oh shit! Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Come on. She was. I just saw her.
What? Looking for my jacket. Why are you carrying me? You just go.
Beat the new South All-American Smash Lineup. Hand smash patties made with Angus beef, always made to order and served hot off the grill. It's a classic American cheeseburger and level it up. Order the side cap today for $0 delivery fee. It's free pizza.
Private cross.
For every driver is chasing their own. The road to Indy continues. Next on Fox. Somehow became one. But there is another until you have everything in the Sierra. Or current eligible GMC lessees can get this Golden Chase on the Sierra Elevation for around $299 per month. We are professional grade.
What is this boat?
Guys, they've discontinued my cologne.
It just smells so good. I got more bad news. Xfinity is now half our price.
That can't be right.
It is. Plus, they're giving people a mobile line free for a year.
Hey, now, are you open feedback?
Yeah.
Hey, let's pitch on a better deal. Go.
Bag of cash giveaway, unmarked bills.
Counterfeit.
Love it. Is that legal?
Switch to Xfinity for fiber-powered Wi-Fi and mobile at half the price. While medicine's greatest advancements reflect the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple. More human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, With innovation that amplifies healing, leads more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power.
The After Show with Nikki and Alec. Weekdays at 7:30 p.m. only on Fox 40 Plus.
Live here at Kansas Speedway, where Kyle Larson got his last win here. He is trying to get his first victory of the season and win this race for the third straight year. Quick recap on highlights on the front row. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Toyotas. The contact made ran down in front of Hamlin the most laps in that early score.
Yeah, the first green flag pit stop we had, some lady put up pits, makes contact with Allmendinger. Had a little bit of damage on Clayton's nose since now a lap down in 21st.
Denny Hamlin, the stage 1 winner, led 83 laps, but then in stage 2, Kyle Larson, lap 89, gets out in front as far back as 16th at 1 point, becomes the all-time lap leader here at Kansas. All right, Jimmy Little, inside 97 laps to go here. Who do you like the rest of the way? I know on the pre-race show you picked Denny Hamlin, but you're leaning towards Larson at the moment.
No, I still like Hamlin. I think it's all going to be all about the restart. Who got front. The story to me that's going to happen now is that they're going to have to make the longest 2 runs if this goes green that they're going to see all day long. And it just seems like the tires are right on the verge of being worn out. We've seen some issues today with guys, so it's going to be about managing that and just getting great restarts here, Chris.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're seeing a lot of cautions, but you never know in the final few.
Oh, you jinxed this.
You did stage 2. You never know, right? It's happened. That's how it's going. No stage 2 winner has won a race this year. I thought it was a good note, unless you're the stage 2 winner. Let's go back to the booth.
95 laps to go. The longest runs of the day here. Kyle Larson, last year's winner, came out of the pits fourth. So Denny Hamlin will line up with Christopher Bell, Reddick and Larson in row 2, taking a bit of difference here on pit road, as Hamlin came out first.
Yeah, he beat him everywhere. Denny Hamlin beat Kyle Larson on down pit road, crew beat him in the pit box, and ultimately got him back in control of this race. And you see on his outside right there, Christopher Bell, same thing.
In the top 10 for the restart, 6 Toyotas, 2 Chevys, Larson and Hocevar, 2 Fords, Buscher and Keselowski. 5 cars took the wave around. Smith, Chastain, McDowell, Allmendinger, and Weir, none of them back to the lead lap. So we will restart with 20 lead lap cars, including Daniel Suarez, who got the free pass at the end of stage 2. The only cautions we've had, as was pointed out, the ends of the 2 stages. Best restarter in the business, Christopher Bell. Let's see what he can do against Denny Hamlin as we begin stage 3.
So, oh, here we go. Final stage. Damn, geez, that's slipping.
Heard him talk about how he thought he had a winning car. Well, he just put himself in a way better spot to contend for the lead.
Behind them, Briscoe took them 3 wide on the bottom. Herbst took them 3 wide on the top.
Christopher Bell going for the lead. Oh, Christopher Bell is the last driver I was expecting to see up here.
Well, we talked about him yesterday when he had to go out so early in qualifying. Put it back there at 11th or 12th. Fell back a little bit at the beginning of the race and has worked his way back up. Victor had a great pit stop that last time on pit road. Here he is leading the race now.
Yes, if he had not been in practice in qualifying Group 1, Bell, like Kyle, had a chance of winning the pole instead of starting back in row 6. Ty Gibbs around the outside first. That's going to be for 10th place. Now underneath. Keselowski for 9th place. Pulling down on Briscoe for 8th place. Last week's winner.
Made a few passes right there. I definitely struggled with these restarts to keep the track position. See Briscoe all the way up against the wall right there. He had a nice restart as well, but so interesting on these restarts to see the different lanes and how long you can run the bottom of the racetrack. Because Walls still hold that fourth position in front of Kyle Larson.
Larson, last year's winner of this race, his teammate Chase Elliott won the fall race here. Back in 12. 4 Toyotas at the front. Kyle Larson's trying to change that right here against Bubba Wallace.
3 wide for 8th.
It's going to heat up. These restarts start to run out of time, 89 to go. Frustration sets in. Been racing about all those guys.
And we saw Ty Gibbs right there. He was doing it at the bottom of the racetrack, and that's the cat and mouse game that you have to play from a driver's standpoint. He goes to the bottom, you got to go to the top. He goes to the top, you got to go to the bottom. You don't want to be in the same lane.
Now, instead of showing you the scheduled car commercial, thanks to Toyota, we're going to stay right here on track in Kansas and go Toyota all out. Those Camrys occupy the first 4 spots right now. Bell, Hamlin, Reddick, and Wallace together, separated by a total of about 3 seconds.
And the one thing that's pretty interesting about Christopher Bell right now that I noticed just right there through 3 and 4, he's actually migrated a little bit closer to the wall than we've seen a lot of those cars running. I don't know if he just slid up there that lap or if he meant to do that on purpose, but this racetrack, the line, everything changes. You've got to constantly search to be able to put yourself in a spot. Yeah, that's
you know who does that best? Dirt racers.
That's right.
Bell just ran his fastest lap of the race 5 laps ago. In 9 of his 14 career wins, he didn't lead until lap 100. So we saw him maybe 10th first today.
And we know for Bell, he doesn't want to qualify the pole. He's never won with the pole. And apparently he needs to lead late in the race to have a chance winning. So it's all lined up perfectly for Christopher Bell today.
It's making sense, though. This is the 9th straight Kansas race that Bell has led last.
And that's the longest ever streak at this track in its 25-year history.
It's when it's coming.
And look, if this race runs green, and that's been the trend that we saw in the first half of this race. If this race runs green, we know that the best pit crew on pit road sits in that 20 pit stop. They've been consistently the fastest, all the rankings, everything that they have is the best that there is on pit road. So pointing in the right direction right now for Christopher Bell, at least on the lineup today.
Kenny Hamlin in the picture is just 0.6 of a second back. Now Tyler Reddick sitting in third, 2 seconds off the lead. Passionate about his cars on and off the track, and here's how Toyota supports Reddick's passion.
I think we see the presence that they have on the racetrack, how they activate with the cars that they're starting to run. Some are more on the sports side, some are more on the side of getting you to work every day, some are more on the side of what makes sense for the family. You know, when you think of all the different things that are involved in motorsports, whether it's car racing, Formula Drift, they like to go fast and have fun too.
And that's Toyota all out. 83 laps to go. Ty Gibbs not loving his car right now. Listen in.
You know, in a tight race car, that's all you can do is wait on it to turn 2. If you can give him an audio of the loose race car, then you got like that, Kevin.
So, we'll kick you.
Yeah, help us find your Kansas, a tight race car is hard to deal with because of, especially when you're running high. you got a lot of partial throttle, and you want to get that car to rotate about that 5/8, 3/4 mark of the corner, and if it won't rotate, then you got to lift back out of the throttle and wait for the car to rotate. So it's a fine line between making your car comfortable to drive with the back at the racetrack and getting the front to turn. Jamie?
The one car that's feeling pretty good right now is Bubba Wallace. Andy Ford's car has just come to life for the last about 50 or so miles. Remember, he was leading on the last lap here in the when he got together with Benny Hamlin. He also had the win here. Not into a very good Mercedes. He's approaching all the way over there. He was going to run. He was a child. He was great memories. On April 30th, he will be inducted into the Racing Hall of Fame in North Carolina. That's something near your east.
Well, we know how the print is so.
Kyle Larson in fifth for pit stop. And Christopher Bell seeing his Denny Hamlin get ever larger in his rearview mirror.
So here's the opportunity. What do you look for when you're trying to pass? There it is, right there. Cody Ware, the lap car in front of Bell. If he catches him,
Cody Ware.
catch him in the right place and not slow you down. But Denny Hamlin following you here.
Right spot right there. Denny Hamlin as well. They're the main problem, so.
First, Denny's hand to run on the bottom, though. It wouldn't necessarily, when I say catch him in the right spot, that's not the
Bell's clocked in the fastest lap.
If you're Denny Hamlin, that's exactly the opportunity you look for to pounce on as that leader Bell is catching him. It forces him out of his line. Maybe you can stay high and get a run line up off the corner. Those are opportunities with these lappers.
Ross Chastain coming back up on track after an unscheduled pit stop. Here's Rick.
The chest.
Chase Briscoe's been most of the day inside the top 10, but right now, much like his teammate Ty Gibson, we just talked about struggling with that 19 car. Well, team, I cannot get it to turn down the hill at all. Way too tight for the front end.
Thanks, Regan. Actually, Chastain, that was a scheduled start. He was one of the cars that took the wave around at stage end and was out of fuel and tires by now. That means we will see Zane Smith, AJ Allmendinger, Mark McDowell, and Cody Ware on board pretty soon. 191 laps complete, 76 to go on a caution-free day, except for the stage breaks here in Kansas. Christopher Bell leading Denny Hamlin by about a quarter of a second.
Once the PD tried to stop you, you kept going. Rescue, a 3-in-1 inhaler, better breathing starting within 5 minutes, and helps prevent flare-ups. Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Breztri. But that was pretty complex, so we came up with the kitchen. Is this the adventure song about Chili's Presidente Margaritas? Just a shameless way to sell Chili's Presidente Margaritas? Yo, sure is. Presidente. Do not listen to that. Thank you. I know how it feels.
Hello? Hello. Mama fucking 85 lives here? That's my mom. The absolute resident continuing thrones of Rufus online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys, apples with peanut butter? How is this possible?
AT&T Wireless and Home Internet.
Hey, Hey, text me if you need anything.
Get home internet from AT&T. Now available across the nation.
She's so nice.
Does perhaps stand for a rush hour avoidance vehicle? Or really aerodynamic vehicle? It's a reverse aging vehicle! I can do that with glasses! Toyota, let's go places.
Some weekends come and go, others stick with you forever. The stories told loud, tailgates that never end, strangers becoming best friends. Yeah, it's all that and then some. This is Texas. It's not just a race, it's the kind of Lone Star weekend you wish you found. The Worth 400 presented by Mickey Mouse, May 1st and 3rd. Come experience what's really back on it. Get tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Well, today, a lot of the positioning that we see on track at the moment is because of the efforts of these pit crews. Make no mistakes. Fast stops keep you up front. Slow stops send you to the back. Contact, well, that's a whole other thing. There's 70 laps to go. And by example, Carson Hosevar's crew, Hosevar in 7th place, they have lost him 19 spots today. They've passed 25 cars to get them back. Here's the progressive race summary. Christopher Bell latest with 6 leaders, 11 lead changes, 20 lead lap cars. Fuel in the last.
Yeah, it's going to be weird next week having the stages. Yeah. I think when they meant caution free, I think they meant incident free or whatever they want us to. Who's that on pit? Is that the 16? Yeah, dude. I was expecting Cindric to be running 10th today. But there he is. Damn, Blaney's been nowhere to be seen today. Yeah, it's gonna be weird next week with Talladega, with the stages at Talladega being flipped, or I mean, first stage will be longer and the last 2 stages will be shorter.
Situations that are happening with traffic and different things and different scenarios, but all 4 of these cars are pretty evenly matched.
And look at that last lap. Fastest cars on track. Christopher Bell in 1st and Bubba Wallace in 4th.
Larson can, Cliff Daniels can short pit Kyle Larson, just like what Alan Gustafson did with Chase Elliott on Martinsville, and we can get some track position, I think.
Track racing and Trans Am and IMSA and in NASCAR. Let's show you Carson Hosevar's day. Wow.
It's been a struggle on pit road today. They definitely got to clean things up on the pit stops to be able to take advantage of the performance that they have in their race cars.
Well, with this next round of pit stops coming up, they need to. The idea is to short pit.
There's Hosevar just ahead of Ty Gibbs on the Monster Cam. Getting him away now. And that's how 7th place changed hands. That's the way back at you. That's Gibbs not being able to complete the throttle on the exit of the corner with that car being tight. Got tight, had to lift, drove right back on it, and that's super frustrating, Kevin.
Yeah, and Hosevar actually pointed him by to go ahead and finish the pass, but he let out the throttle so much that Carson was easily drove back around him. But you can definitely hear the in-car camera of Ty Gibbs and him working that throttle, definitely still fighting the front tires.
63 laps to go. We're going to have at least one more pit stop, and we'll talk with Larry about that when we come back.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because The right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
Paying less for less ain't a good deal. But when you pay less and you get more, that's Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk's been the same price since they started in 2009. Straightforward, always.
And our plan starting at just $25 a month. Official partner of NASCAR.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken set, which is total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, the heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
It's Pod's biggest sale of the year. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until May 18th. And see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating or renovating, save up to 30% at pods.com.
Full Dr. Pepper cherry is the best.
It's Dr. Pepper blackberry is the best.
It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
I reckon it's Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
Right, except the sick.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
When the All-Stars come to town, you don't stay home. On May 15th through 17th, you gather the crew, you pack the cooler, you make it a monster weekend. Tailgates, free fan zone fun, and the NASCAR All-Star Race at Dover Motor Speedway. This is the weekend everyone talks about. Get your tickets today at DoverMotorspeedway.com or call 800-441-RACE.
NASCAR fans, you are the greatest. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com/fanrewards.
Coming up next, the fastest racing on earth, Alex Palou, Joseph Newgarden, and the stars of IndyCar take on the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. Road 8500 continues next, only on Fox. Here in Kansas, our aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Tried, tested, proven legendary. As Christopher Bell leads Tyler Reddick by 1.1 seconds now. Denny Hamlin for 2 seconds back. Double Wells, Kyle Larson. Here's Regan on our leader.
Doing a very nice job right now.
Yeah, the race could be worse.
Feedback from the driver like you're getting from Christopher Bell right there. It makes your job so much easier.
So there are 55 laps to go. When do we expect that what may be the final stop of the day?
Yeah, Mike, this is a chess match right here. We're back racing at 92 ago. If you split it right now, that's 27 laps to one. That's about 7 to 10 laps further than we basically run anybody. I think that's the way you've got to go. But I think about Kyle Gibbs, as tight as his car is, well, his right front even goes 47 laps.
And Denny Hamlin, Kevin and I have been watching him too. He's really fallen off in the last couple of laps. I think he might be over.
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely lost a few tenths to the front two cars. He was right with them up until 3 or 4 laps ago.
And Christopher Bell has been under fire when Ross Chastain went by because Chastain was just on pit road 20 laps ago. Remember, he was on that alternate strategy when he took the wheel around at the end. at the stage, so he flew right off the race leader. So Christopher Bell's kind of walking the dog right now, trying to get to that pit stop.
He's going to be under fire from Tyler Reddick here shortly. Got him about 4/10 that lap when he got hung up in traffic. But Reddick's dealing with that lap traffic now. But for the last 2 laps, Reddick's definitely a bit better quality of this run.
Really did. And 47 lap mark. 6 laps from now, lap 220. Of course, Reddick's got to deal with Cody Ware, who also got some fresh tires here, pulled up alongside, complete the pass, and drops a line.
Denny Hamlin's pitting.
Briscoe and Hamlin on pit road to begin another green flag pit stop cycle, Jimmy.
You see hopefully the back of the car got full of as much fuel as possible to keep the balance right on that car, but they were definitely not going to wait on it.
Looks like Cindric's pitting.
Cody Ware completed the pass. Leader Christopher Bell that time again. Ware on fresh tires.
And that goes to show you the difference in the new set of tires. That's the last place car, passing the first place car. So drastic difference when you put those new tires on these race cars from a lap time standpoint.
Austin Dillon has stopped Alex Bowman in his pit. Austin Cindric in the pit lane, along with his teammate Joe Romano. And here comes Ty Gibbs to the pit road.
I like Giddy putting pressure on him. Obviously, short pit in there. I won the race last year here.
Well, definitely won it last night. That's for sure. But I think right now, I mean, unless they made an adjustment to Denny Hamlin's car at the end of this run, I think it makes it better. He was definitely not as good. But having that track position will at least give you a chance.
Also on pit road.
And here's William Keselowski coming in. Bowman completed his stop.
And we've seen this 20 car at these style of races where everybody starts to pit. We've seen them do this so many times where they stay out on the racetrack and run extra laps compared to the rest of the field and then work their way back through the field. So the biggest thing that you don't want if you're Christopher Bell right now, but you do it for Tyler Reddick, I want to beat him in pit road. I want to try to hit before that 20 car to try to jump in with the fresh tires for one lap.
Well, obviously, the 11 running them down. I mean, it's putting the pressure on him. I agree with you about Reddick, but you see Reddick shooting to the bottom now.
Closer to the 17 car and battling with that car being too tight in traffic this last run. Otherwise, not too bad, just the traffic issues.
Nope, mine. Let's see how the strategy works.
He's going to be in front of Christopher Bell when this is over.
He pushed hard coming on the pit road, too. Did a good job.
Yeah, but he doesn't, as long as they have a clean pit stop, I mean, just the amount of lap time that he's going to gain on these new tires is going to put him in front of Bell.
Jamie?
They just told Tyler the lap before, we're going to get with the 20, so he also come down to 4 times something.
Hope Elliott's pitting now. It's going to hand the lead to Daniel Suarez.
So does Chase Elliott. Regan.
Guys have been ready for about the last 10 laps. They were trying to time out sequence it just right as when they hit pit road, as well as not have issues with the 41 car who's getting in front.
Well, he hit it right on Larry's number.
Pretty much.
Splits the stage for this final run of the checker.
Keep an eye on that. That short pit by the 11, he's definitely going to beat the 20 out.
Yeah, and he's a half a straightaway ahead of Tyler Reddick, so
big. Now Daniel Suarez began this run as the last car on the lead lap. Suarez has cycled through to the lead.
For now.
As you see his number 7 up on the graphic at the top of the screen. But when he makes his pit stop, he will possibly
there he is.
The lead lap. That's kind of the gamble of running long like this.
So that was 5 laps. Short pitted on target. Ooh, hold on to it, Swerve.
Oh, whoa.
He's got a tire down. Really strong, too, almost against the wall. Now brings
Damn.
it down. Flipping it back. Off base.
11's going to get by.
So that gamble of staying out long is not going to pay off for Daniel Suarez, but he will make it to pit road as Denny Hamlin reassumes the lead. So that short pit, that was 6 laps to Bell and 5 to Hamlin, or excuse me, to Reddick. That was a heads-up call, and I think if something doesn't happen here, they're going to have a tough time running out of
Take a look at the.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing that the 11 can't happen is what happened at the end of the previous run where he fell off really bad.
Well, Bell's tires are a lot older.
Allows that tire to last a little bit longer this run, or the adjustments make up for the handling deficit that they had the last run. But both of those cars of Reddick and Bell had him covered at the end of the last run.
And that 4.3-second advantage Hamlin had at the end of the pit cycle is Sam's falling through the hourglass pretty fast. Reddick's already knocked more than a second out of Hamlin's lead.
Yeah, that's right here. This is not what Tyler Reddick wants to see, having to deal with the 34 car.
Gilliland trying to stay on the lead lap, but now 1 lap down. You know, I'm glad you said that, and the flip side of that conversation is Denny Hamlin. Look at all the cars that are in front of him slowing his progress down. Not exactly ideal for a short pit situation. Fired back in traffic's preventing him from running big laps. Well, there's the green flag cycle. Christopher Bell by waiting so long to pit. That cost
Looks like Josh Berry's pit. Damn, it looks like Berry's going to be the last one to pit.
Beat him to the punch right there to get to pit road first and jump over Christopher Bell. Larry?
Yeah, just looking at the actual pits.
Yeah, Reddick is 2.6 seconds. Yeah, Reddick's coming quick.
Laps to go.
What?
Okay, the door's going all the way to the ground, but don't open it, okay?
Okay.
So if you have to go out, go by the side door.
Okay.
Or just go through the front if you have to go, okay?
Okay.
I told him already, Mom.
Yeah, I thought we cannot close the garage, but that's why I put your bike there.
Yes. Okay.
You can put it back if you like.
Okay.
Or cover it with that green thing that your
I'll
mom
put
used to
it back
cover.
eventually.
Okay.
I'll put it back eventually.
It looks like it can be fixed really, but I guess we need a new one now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Come on. Oh, we have to jacket, you know what you get.
The other kind of jacket.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
I customize car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this. Oh, it's Jr. Well, at least he spelled insurance right, right? She did not.
Only pay for what you need.
To tell you the truth, we could take our lead to extravagance. The attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Lord for bootleggers, yours by Road Racers. Finally unapologetic, authentically NASCAR. We've had some wild finishes in the spring race at Kansas, and some incredibly close finishes. So much so that Chris Buescher puts his phone away this week because everybody replays this one. The closest finish ever, in which he came out on the short end. What will happen today, 34 laps from now? Well, things have changed since we went to break. Denny Hamlin has opened up his lead now to 3.3 seconds on Tyler Reddick. And it looked like Christian Bell got against the wall and then surrendered fourth place to Bubba Wallace.
Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick are going through the same lap traffic, and that sequence didn't quite work out as well for Reddick that time through traffic. But
let's go back and watch him. You see him up on the top of your screen. They were all pretty good right in the middle of the 3 and 4. All of them still in
She's doing that on purpose.
Come on, Bubba, get up there.
Look at that. Yeah, check.
Bubba Wallace had to come off the racetrack right
Oh,
there.
God, they're good to go. Come on, Bubba.
Two groups off the bottom, right in the middle.
Oh, man, Reddick's up there. Did Larson win one this year?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, dear. Okay.
He got into the wall. Isaac caused whole lot of shots today. Still under fifth. Doesn't seem to slow down either.
Yeah, it cost him a couple spots, but
he got right back to race.
He's like the only Chevrolet up there.
Around the turn, next on Fox, Indy cars from Long Beach racing on the streets. One of the longest running street races in the world. It's the Aurora next on Fox. The Cup Series goes to
Well, at least the guy
on
left the garage door down, so you don't have to worry about that in case it rains today.
Okay.
And so he will install it tomorrow. 99%, he said.
I want you to explain to me how we're gonna watch this movie. Explain to me.
Hold on, Cameron. After I get off work, because he said 99% you should be able to fix it tomorrow, morning or the afternoon, okay? It won't take that long.
Yeah, right. My plan's already been pushed off to the side, all because of Grandma's incompetence.
You want to pay $3,000 for me?
I'm not paying nothing.
Your plans have been changed?
Remember, we talked about it. You
Okay,
agree?
listen. First things first. You have your doctor's appointment. I have my job.
Number 8, and Buescher is now 5 laps down. So here is your first and last
Oh my
race
God,
car
are you
in this
serious?
race with 28 to go. Yeah, but looking at Denny and thinking back on that, I mean, it wasn't like it was a second place car running the leader down. He was a third place car, so that was you knew when you're that far off.
And keep in mind, none of the RCR cars have finished top 10 this year,
Yeah.
and also
They
all
suck.
three Trackhouse cars are sandbagging today.
Yeah, what happened to Trackhouse? Justin Marshall's team, you know? Ever since football left, they've gone downhill.
Wallace and Christopher Bell 5 and 6 laps fresher tires. How much
You know what I
of
mean?
will that make when we get down to the last couple of laps?
Yeah, but that's what my point was, Mike, is the fact that he had to do that as a third place car and falling off the pace, right? They had to make sure that they had enough laps that they were going to be able to get the lead that they were after in the first place.
And that little exchange right there with Kyle Busch being hard to pass cost him a half a second on that lap. So those are the kinds of laps that you don't want to have.
And those are the comments you talked about in pre-race, because Kyle Busch was not happy when he was told of Denny Hamlin's comments on Hamlin's podcast this week. It didn't sound as if Kyle had listened to the podcast, but clearly his team has been struggling.
Well,
And
yeah.
here is what Denny Hamlin said after hearing Kyle Busch's comments.
And that's the thing I love about this. I mean, he can separate everything.
What the hell is she talking about?
Shoes. They're on the shoes.
How are they not at the effing?
He answered them honestly.
I should throw.
He's going to get in the race car and he's going to
What do you mean you don't know where you're? They're right there.
Guess what? He's
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
He's great at separating things and multitasking.
Yeah, Mike, this is no reflection on Danny Hamlin, but I do want to trend cars in a place like he did just last week. If you look at the 8 races so far in 26, the average of the last caution is 21 laps to go, which would be about 2 laps from now, lap 246. And we had 2 overtime finishes at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta and last week at Bristol.
Larry, a very smart fellow sitting right to my right, says wishing and hoping is not a strategy. Right?
It's my strategy.
I'm in a very good strategy.
Strategy, hope, engaged.
14th place, Alex Bowman, Corey Hunt. Rare come start. I think it'll become less rare as things move on as last year's truck champion. You know, if he was eligible for truck points, he would be third in the standings. He started running truck races regularly here after the season started.
He kept running those truck races because he kept winning them all and had a chance to win $500,000 at Bristol. A little bit short, but Corey Hyde is one of the great prospects coming up through the ranks and has definitely done everything that you can do in truck racing. He's done a great job every time that he's got in this cup car.
God, fuck.
Inside the top 15, racing for, let's see, 14th position.
So the rules, NASCAR's rules require you to run all the races to be eligible for the championship. But if you start running races after the season has started and then run them all, well, that kind of meets the spirit of the rule, if not the letter.
Riley Hurts right there. Corey Hyde's teammate, he's actually done a great job today. We saw the same thing last week. Yeah, laps in on the final half racetrack. I actually thought he was going to keep going to the front, but kind of stalled out as he got close to the top 10.
Owen drops to the bottom to make the weather approach. This is for a 15th position. It's 3 of the Hamiltons in the top 15 from 17.
I've been glued on this number right here for quite some time. Pay attention to it. Little by little, he's nibbling on that lead. Denny Hamlin. 19 to go. There's time. This can't happen. This is far from over.
It can happen. And I think that, it's just a matter of how big the chunks are at the end of this run. When does that 11 bar shut off again with that right front tire?
He's taking a half second. I mean, it's just, again, it's kind of slowly but surely running him down lap after lap. And that map works out. He will get there.
Next week, we move from a 1.5 miles to the fastest speedway on earth, Talladega, Alabama. And look at NASCAR. They have flipped the script on the stage lengths. Stage 1's going to be a grind, 98 laps, but stage 2 and 3 at 45 laps apiece. What do you think, Larry? I think once we get to stage 3, you'll see wide open throttle. Hammer down and get out of the way.
And that's exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Take that fuel mileage strategy situation out of those super speedways. Great call, and I'm looking forward to calling that race because of that.
Talladega next Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox.
It's going to be a good one, folks.
Denny Hamlin has won the last 2 mile-and-a-half track races on the circuit. Last driver to win 3 straight was Martin Truex back in 2017.
Pretty much.
I think Reddick's going to do another couple of toots.
Yeah, keep in mind, Hamlin's got 15 to go.
He's got, 5 laps or so. Pressure tires and getting Hamlin.
Starting to slip up here. Big slip there.
Yeah, this is when you're going to see it. Every lap that takes by just becomes.
At this rate, Reddick is the championship favorite at this rate. Damn, how the fuck is Larson not gaining on him? Gaining, like, doesn't make sense, but whatever.
And as he starts getting closer, you get the toe off of him, right, Kevin? You start getting the toe, but then you get a little too close, and you start to get the toe is pulled off of that car.
Yeah, but if caution comes out, that will facilitate a restart, and yeah, I'm kind of worried about things not working out.
See that distance keeps getting a little bit less every time we make a lap here around this race.
Oh, shit. I mean, cautions are caution, but I don't really think a caution would be necessary to spice things up. It may have benefited us last fall, but I don't know about this time. Or
It's not just a normal progression of points from first, second, third. The winner gets a big point boost, and that's allowed Reddick to enjoy the point standing lead so far all of this season. But Hamlin can eat into that lead.
And also, all 37 cars are running, in case you remember. Man, 2 hours and 33 minutes into this race, and this race is almost already over. Yep, Reddick's going up high. Yeah, Reddick's led only 2 laps this whole race. All right, 11 laps to go in the Cup race at Kansas Speedway. Denny Hamlin leads, but he's got Tyler Reddick literally on his tail. The 2-car battle for the lead at this rate. Oh, he's there. Yep, he's going to get the lead right here. To his quarter panel. It's for the win. And Reddick takes the lead from Denny Hamlin as we get 10 laps to go. At least this shows that tire wear is working in a way, or those new tires are working. I'm surprised no one's not picked 2311 driver Ty Gibbs. Oh yeah, I'll end the poll right here.
Hey guys, Denny Hamlin, you mentioned trying to go 52 laps on this set of tires. That's 10 more laps than he's run on a set of tires for the entire race.
Had to, though. That's the only way he got this opportunity. You had to shorten him enough to go from third to the lead.
8 to go.
Well, I'm sure that they're happy to see Michael Jordan back at the racetrack because every time he shows up, they seem to win. So
SVG moving out of the way.
this year? Not driving one of his cars right now. I'd stop picking him up myself. We're 8 laps away from having a caution-free race in Kansas. The two-state champions.
8 to go.
And even though Kyle Larson led 77 laps, he's drove right back to his bumper with Austin Dillon a lap right in front of him. Yeah, look at the outside. Here comes the run. It's really strange.
Hamlin's got the run.
Drove all the way up to it, passed him, drove by him. And now Danny
Hamlin's looking for the lead.
passing back for the lead. Here we go. Austin's in the front. Look at it. Reddick's got that outside line. It's going to be interesting to figure out what Austin's
6 to go.
Reddick is worried about that right front tire. He's got no room to baby it with these final 6 laps. We can hear the throw on that car. He's without a doubt tight. You see the right front come apart on the 45 earlier in the race. He was getting looking at the inside. Austin Dillon got back there in trouble. That's right, Mike. Got it fixed.
5 to go.
It's fun to see that guy nervous. 5 laps to go.
Damn, Dylan, get out of the way. Shit.
See loose in that race car. Can't get into the corner. And that's why you see Danny Hamlin approaching.
See, folks, say what you want about Reddick, but at least he can pass drivers cleanly without dumping them. Bump, dump, whichever he did.
Just get out of the way and let him race. Dylan was trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap so he could battle Alex Bowman there for position.
Too late now. 4 to go.
2 more lappers. We're going to give him trouble too.
Alex Bowman.
Teammates Bowman and Byron ahead. We got Danny fighting tight conditions on old wore out tires and Reddick loose. Jamie?
Ty Dillon shouldn't be an issue. There he goes. Chase Elliott's up to 9th. I mean, 9th better than 11th, I guess.
Hamlin now is right in Reddick's shadow, and here he comes. You can tell Reddick's a little bit easy getting into the corners. That's his loose-in condition. Yeah, he's all of a sudden started using the whole racetrack right up against the wall through the middle of both ends of the racetracks, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's just.
Oh, Reddick's out of gear. He stumbled. Hamlin back to the lead.
Well, that's exactly what Danny Hamlin's guys were saying. Just stay with it right here. You just don't know what's going to happen. And you're seeing it happen right now. As Hamlin pulls away, Kyle Reddick somehow has enough gas in the tank to hang on to it. And now mounts a charge. Reddick coming back after him. A spinner turn.
Spin! It's Cody Ware. Caution's out. Wow. Man, they were about to take the white flag. Wow. Wow. Well, this changes everything. Well, time. This is overtime. Wow. Well, let's see who does. Let's see who takes 2 and who takes 4. Well, didn't think it was going to happen considering how good this race had been, but it happened. Wow.
This is why these guys got paid the big bucks. Here are your pit crew rankings coming into today's race.
Yeah, it's just that this race has been so clean. I didn't think a caution for an incident was going to happen, but
We'll restart with 17 lead lap cars, but 16 teams have to decide if we stay or if we go.
And let's listen in to Tyler Reddick's radio. What happened?
Ran out of fuel. That's good luck too. That's what he's doing. That didn't start there, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, when he ran out of fuel right there, he also ran into the wall. So a lot of things happening getting into turn 3 that he had to deal with. Hit the fence, started to switch on.
Chief Willie Scott there talking to his driver. Larry, explain this pump tube situation.
Yeah, the fuel cell has 2 lift pumps in it, and they know when they run out of fuel, they can throw the switch, and it goes to a reservoir. They know exactly how many laps they can go off that reservoir. Obviously, it must have been enough to keep through the switch.
Pit road's open, green light. We're going to see it right here. Stay with us next on Fox. Indy cars from the Grand Prix of Long Beach coming at you after the cup race is over.
All right, here they come.
Leaders are in. Larson is in. Big advantage. Bell from 4th. Regan.
Overs for Christopher Bell in 4th place, where Asparagus or Captain Crutch. No conversation about the car. It's 2 tires for him. And Brad Keselowski, they were always going to make sure they came to the road 2 tires for him as well.
Tyler Reddick in the first line. His call was just following and stayed close to the 41. You saw the 45 came in fuel there, guys, and he jumps 45 out just behind the 11.
Now to Clint's point, no problem with the first 2 getting out first.
Well, Elliott gained a spot. I know it's not much.
From the 4th place cars and beyond. We'll recap who stopped and who stayed out after this.
Mom, I got it.
Well, we'll just wait and see.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Experiment. Imagine that.
They'll tell you who you are, what you can't do.
Where you don't belong.
And with the right people at your side, you rank your own score.
You don't wait for success. You chase
Huh.
stronger, tougher, faster, with every lap.
And when you give everything you got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you can and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy was created with a different approach in mind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain liver problems or untreated marrow and glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, marrow and glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive and use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
Coming up next on Fox, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, a long-running street circuit event. It's going to be a great one. Felix Rosenquist is on the pole, and you will see that. The road to the Indy 500 continuing next, only on Fox. But first, overtime in Kansas. In the AdventHealth 400, there are the tires taken on this stop. The first 10 took 2 tires.
It looks like Dylan hit it.
The first car on 4 tires. Every car on the lead lap stopped. Now remember last fall, Chase Elliott restarted 10th in the last stop. He was the first car on 4 tires. And watch what happened. There is Elliott, the light blue car on the restart.
Yeah, it all just works out for him on these restarts as far as everything that opens up. And he just kept his foot in it, carried his momentum. These 2 runners up front, the 11 and 23, have a little bit of contact right here, and Chase Elliott hasn't lifted yet.
with 4 fresh tires, he whips around both Wallace and Hamlin and scores the surprise win.
And it can happen just like that again. This thing is wide open
Well,
right now because these
Briscoe is the first driver on 4 tires, but he's 11th. Chase Elliott took 2.
Our car's taking the wave around here, so that will give the lead lap cars a clear path behind the pace car. The first 10 with 2 tires, and from Briscoe on back with 4 tires.
With the gap that the 11 and the 45 had on the field, it'd be hard to see that from the box. But from up here, bird's eye view, they had enough gap possibly to put 4 tires on those 2 cars and still have that lead. That was an opportunity that just wasn't able to present itself because of the vision and everything else. It would have been a gamble, but I think they may have had time.
Well, we've seen Denny Hamlin struggle on a couple of restarts today compared to Larson and Reddick and some of these cars around him. So he's going to have to get a great restart because he's got a few of the best in the business right behind him.
All right, lights are out the pace car. Here we go. Okay, Larson's going to choose the inside.
So those 2 Toyotas will take the front row, just opposite positions from where they
Okay, Chase Elliott's going to restart 7th, I think. Briscoe's going to restart 9th. I mean, I can't say for certain that Briscoe will get there, but you never know.
Larson, he's going to be trigger happy to get to the bottom of Hamlin. That's his only shot to win this race. Try to get him 3 wide as fast as possible, in my opinion.
Well, there's a couple things that can happen right here. I like to be on the outside lane. If you can stay even through 1 and 2, that outside lane is going to prevail down the back straightaway. You just can't give up your right rear if you're in that second lane, and you don't want Denny Hamlin to get put 3 wide.
All right, keep looking back. Wallace, Kozlowski row 3, Gibbs and Elliott row 4. Then you get to the first guys with tires. Briscoe in row 5 with 4 tires fresh. Cindric, Myron Busher. 2-lap shootout as we go to overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
All right, time for NASCAR overtime in the Cup race here at Kansas Speedway. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick on the front row. Here we go. Up, here we go. Larson to the bottom. Larson to the bottom. There he goes. There he goes. Up, Reddick has to go up high because he's got Bell. Oh, 3 wide for second. Oh, what? Oh, whoa. Damn, Bell saved it. Oh, shit. All right, coming to the white flag. Here we go. White flag, 1 lap to go. Wow. Oh, Reddick sending it. Oh, Hamlin brushes the upside draft. Wow, Briscoe at 4 tires is going to get to Wow, Reddick gets by, and oh my goodness. Last lap pass. He wins at Kansas. Wow. Wow.
Since Dale Earnhardt in 1987 to win 5 of the season's first 9 races.
Wow. Well, he wasn't going to be denied that win. So, wow. Well, We almost had it. Came up short. Damn, Chase Briscoe, man, his 4-tire strategy almost won him this race.
Sure was, buddy. I think Michael Jordan's going to get a new nickname. I mean, he's always been the GOAT, but now he's Tyler Reddick's Lucky Charm.
Nope, whichever works.
Take this all in because this is not. Well, he was beat. Did you see how bummed out he was in that car?
Yeah, I saw Reddick on the bottom of the screen when they were passing start finish line after the checkered flag. Damn, the 45, man, the 45 already has 4 wins at Kansas. 2 with Tyler Reddick, 1 with Bubba Wallace, and 1 with Kurt Busch. Up. Dang, once again, Kansas puts on another banger of a race. Chase Elliott 8th. Better than nothing, I guess. Wow. And tell you, new tires, 2 tires, 4 tires, old tires, anything can work. Wow. GG Reddick.
You have to pit, and then you go up against Denny Hamlin and everybody else. How did you prevail there?
Yeah, just really blessed with the late caution. How about that? Was that nuts or what? I couldn't believe it. I mean, first off, I feel like I have to say, obviously, just for how I feel, and I never like being on the other side of it. Really hate that for Christopher Bell. You know, it's a good hard racing. 11 came up, and I took off tight. So, not thrilled that I got Christopher there. I hate that for him because he's having a good, solid pace. So, man, it's just these late race restarts, it gets really, really crazy there. And obviously, I had to run on the 5, and I was just shocked I was able to get to his inside there. So, just an incredible supply house Toyota Camry all day long. So, yeah, it was really thankful we got that late caution.
I know you said yesterday the focus has been getting back here to victory lane at Kansas, where you guys used to be. How much time and effort does this team put in to get back to this moment?
Yeah, a lot. We were really solid here last fall, and the car was a lot like that again here this weekend. So we didn't lead a lot of laps, unfortunately. I let Denny get away there in stage 1, and we were just behind running in most of the time there. But yeah, to be able to make the right call there, great call by Billy to put 2 tires on, and we didn't have the cleanest restart. I tried to cover the 20, he got outside, and yeah, we were 3 wide and just all ran out of room.
How about MJ, the boss man? He shows up. You guys dominate the practice. Get the pole. What is it about his presence? You guys just seem to step up.
Got to deliver.
Wow.
He's gonna come hang out with us. We got to get his dubs. That's what it's all about.
Woo, all about the wins. There's MJ. Good time this season.
Well, this solidifies that Reddick will be the championship favorite.
Those emotions. What was that like watching those closing laps?
That's for sure. I hope all this effort pays off when we get to the chase. So yeah. Yeah, Riley Herbst and Corey Heim finished 14th and 15th. So yes, Michael Jordan is right. They all finished in the top 15. Wow. Well, with that said, folks, that's going to do it for another Cup Series live stream. I'm just glad to be back doing these. I know it's been so long. Just a lot of stuff has been happening. So yeah, it's just good to be back doing these. I'll be around for the Cup race at Talladega next weekend. That's for sure. Can't wait to see how Can't wait to see how Talladega and the stage lengths play out. This race, wow. Honestly, in a race that had only 2 stage cautions, I mean, everyone was running so flawlessly that I didn't think a caution was even going to happen, but it did. And of course, it was Cody Ware of all drivers. I'm not sure what happened. I guess the tire was going soft. I don't know, but it definitely saved Tyler Reddick from losing that one. He sure wasn't going to be denied. Once he got the lead from Hamlin, I thought he was going to pull away, but Hamlin caught back up to him, got around him. I'm like, how did the 45 not get that thing full of fuel? And then when you look at it, and then of course the caution happens. Like, wow, didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And needless to say, new tires, old tires, 2 tires, 4 tires. Well, the 2 tires prevailed this time around, and it won Tyler Reddick this race. And of course, Larson was put in a good spot, just that Reddick was just faster. So, yeah. Second for Larson, 8th for Elliott, better than nothing. So, it is what it is. I'm not sure what to rate this race, but I don't know anymore. Maybe 8 out of 10, I guess. 8.5. I don't know anymore. But on that note, I think that will. Yeah, we'll do it. I mean, Denny Hamlin was and Kyle Larson. They were the best cars the whole race. Tyler Reddick was probably the 3rd best car race-wise. Yeah, after he lost the lead earlier, I didn't think he was going to get the lead back, but he did. So, yeah, let's see how Talladega goes. Keep in mind, Reddick's won at Dega too. This is the second track where Reddick has multiple wins. So, yep, Reddick is on fire. Anyways, with that said, I'll see y'all in about 20-25 minutes or so for the IndyCar race in Long Beach. I'm streaming that as well. With that said, that's going to do it for today's live stream for the Cup Series. I'll see y'all at Dega next week. Congrats to Tyler Reddick. Basically, 2 California guys battling for the win, and Reddick was just the fast, or one of the 2. Anyways, see y'all next weekend for the Cup race at Dega. Not sure about the O'Reilly Auto Parts race. There is weather in Dega next week, but we'll see because the weather can change on a dime. Anyways, have a good rest of your afternoon, and we'll see y'all then. All right. Bye, everyone. Peace out.